Lawnarchy. What's happening? It's your man PL. Tonight we are short one plus 3
in the house.
We got DJ Papa Calv, Wyandotte legend, DJ producer, party rocker, beat selector. We have Norm, and we have PK Roman, author. We are short Rockwell tonight. He had his heart ablation yesterday.
So things went well.
Yeah,
he's still alive.
Oh,
he's
prayers
alive.
Prayers.
Cracking jokes.
Hot boy summer.
And
2024.
possibly, I don't know.
What do you call it?
What do you call it? A warm man spring or something like that. I was like, yeah, that was actually funny. He must still be high on narcotics.
Them good hospital.
That's the good
drugs.
stuff.
Yeah.
Quality first.
All right, so it's gonna be interesting tonight. It's gonna be fun. Before we get started, we are going to go ahead and check in. For those unfamiliar with the show, we are. I thought that we were just decent mental health advocates, but I've been told by my co-hosts and people who watch the show that we are actually pretty good mental health advocates. I gave us a C plus a couple of weeks ago, and they said, "No, we're really
solid B.
We're really more in the solid B range."
Solid B.
Right. So, yay! This is a safe space for your mentality. 99% of the things are judgment free. That are said are judgment free.
That 1%.
That 1% though,
Right.
We gotta hold you accountable for something. Yeah, it might just be a little too far.
Right.
Yeah, so
some stuff we can't let slide.
Yeah, it's gotta have a boundary.
Right.
But basically, the check-in is just a time for everybody to be able to say what's on their mind, get something off their chest. Because I'd rather hear your story than read your obituary. You know what I'm saying? Or I'd rather, hear you tell me this than see you tell a judge the same thing.
Definitely.
Or, you know what I'm saying, a jury, or and then also to help black men specifically get over the stigma of opening up, I guess, to a degree.
Lack of communication, like
correct.
Simple communication is what we're not
right.
even at.
It's time to put
black
some,
men.
it's time to put up some of the genius at least.
And
All
actual
the way down to the
communication.
bone
Right.
stuff. Simple communication.
Right.
How you doing, and really waiting for an answer to how that
Right.
person's doing.
Right.
Correct.
So, for those unfamiliar with it, basically it goes like this. Hey, Jason, man, how's your week?
Your boy found a crib finally. I want to say it was a long, hard, and what's the word I'm looking for? Arduous.
Arduous. I'm gonna give you $3 for that.
Appreciate it.
It's gonna be a $3 bill.
I was looking for the word pause after you said long and hard.
you want to know what level this show is on?
Right.
My brother just said arduous.
Oh,
And nobody in the room had to wonder what the hell he was talking about.
And that's a
Light bulb came off in the head quick.
That's a wonderful thing.
It's a word.
I like that.
But yeah, got everything packed up and moved into the storage for about a week, and then moving, and yeah, honestly, I'm definitely excited about that. Some new beginnings. Still at the JO, still doing it. So yeah.
And you own a home.
No, not yet. I wish.
But it's a path towards it.
Exactly.
And it's not that many of us to say that we actually have that.
True that.
So, congrats.
That's word up.
Yeah, good stuff, bro.
Yeah. And I'll say
Big ups. We all been there. You know what I mean? Everybody been there.
Man.
Shit, Norm, how was your week, man?
Man, my week's going well. Ended with getting a job for at least us for one more day. I like getting a job every week or two.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Hell
if you
yeah.
catch a job, a nice payday, you catch a payday.
Right.
If you include your friends, that's a nice little
That's a
come on
bonus.
about.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about anything, and I'm not going to complain about much every day that I'm here to talk about it.
I hear that.
You know what I mean?
PK Roman, author extraordinaire.
Same question.
Same question, man. How's your week, bro?
Man, look, I'm one of them cats, like, I get deep in the motherfucker when I had a little bit, I'm a little buzz, so I'm just keep it real light.
No, don't.
Yeah, so this the check-in. Do your thing.
This is February, right?
Tell us what you want right now. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't waste time later. Waste it now.
This is February, like, this is like, it's come full circle for me, for it's like, it's been a whole year where, for the first time in my life, man, I just, like, let go and had to, like, chase something. And I finished it. I finished my book, A Necessity Like Laughter. Right? And I was expecting more at the, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's gonna be a whole long thing. And now I'm at a place where I'm like, I'm comfortable with it being a thing, and I'm having to just push forward. I'm just having to get it done. So this week, I started subbing today at a school. We make a little money because I left the field I was in to do this. So every month is a chase for money. We done talked about every month is a chase for a certain amount of money, so I can get to the next month until things roll on. So today was a step forward in a big way because I'm doing something where it's not a struggle for me to do it, and there's not a lot of people that's gonna try to hold me back from getting it done. You know, I was working with some little kids. They made me feel good. It was cool. We had a good day. I'm gonna just keep doing that for the rest of the year, and then everything is just, you know, it'll work itself out.
That's what's up.
We come from a
Hell
job
yeah.
today. Whoa.
Hell yeah. That's what's
Whoa.
up. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Shit, Cal, how was your week, man?
Blessed and grateful.
I hear that.
Grateful. Because if you look on TV every day, there's more and more stuff that go on. I mean, as far as we know what's going on in the city, you know, and to be almost at 200 homicides and every day, it's like we're immune to it now.
Right.
It's like I get up, watch TV, and nobody should say this, but it's like you're expecting stuff to happen because that's the mentality that, you know, that we carry as young black men. But when you have the opportunity to at least wake up and breathe and be happy about it instead of being angry and upset about everything, you got to go back and wonder about the ones who doesn't have that and they gone versus we have that. So I'm just grateful, man.
I hear that.
All right.
Man, you know, if more people took time to just kind of take a step back and realize what they have as opposed to what they don't have, you know, let's see. This week for me was I don't know. I can't say it wasn't you know, a couple fucked up things. Not really fucked up, but things that I didn't dig happen. But
Right.
you know, shit, everything came up PL for real.
You had to put hands on nobody.
There it is.
Yeah,
No,
no, I ain't
no hands were put.
Nope.
This is a week. Come on.
A great week.
Hands
You had
on
a good
nobody.
week.
Didn't even have to raise your voice.
Yep.
No, I had to change my tone.
Okay.
Temperature
so
check.
You was like at a 7.
Temperature check.
Well,
Or did
Okay.
you just drop the bass?
I had to go ahead and hit him with a couple. Hey,
Oh, that's the smoothest move.
y'all need to go ahead and understand that this ain't for play right now.
Right.
For real.
Right.
Y'all mess with people's pockets.
I-
But you know, normally I'm up here. You know, but when I dropped it down to there,
I vote for the low and the slow. That's how they know you mean business. The low and the slow. Boy, you know what I'm saying?
it was not a question.
Give
It
them
was
that breaking ball.
PL hit us with the Andre Berard. Let's pay attention to what's happening. But yeah, man, it was. I learned some stuff about how I am viewed this week. I don't know. I've never really been bothered by or cared about like perception of me from other people.
Never.
Not really
Never.
until recently.
Never.
No, I get you. I get both sides of this.
It's the mirror image.
Until recently.
Right.
And recently it's not even necessarily like, oh, do they like me? Because I've never cared one way or the other about being. I know I'm not here to be liked.
Right.
So if you happen to like me,
Right.
great.
Right.
If you don't,
It's all
it's all good too.
Right.
There's a lot of people on
Yeah.
Right.
But if we got to work together, let's get this job done.
Yeah. Right.
And we can at least meet on that. And then you wind up actually fucking around and becoming pretty cool because you wind up meeting on that. And if you meet on that, then you grow together in
Into
that.
something else.
Into
Into
something.
something
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just I've and then so some people at the job were saying some things and I was just listening. And then after work, I was talking to a couple of people about some business stuff. Not job related, but personal business stuff.
Right.
And they were saying the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of made me say, all right, I get it. You bashed me over the head with it twice today, so this is I've taken note. And it wasn't positive or negative. It was just a trait that I have, I guess, and
It's part of you.
It's
Well, I was gonna say it sounds like a
criticism.
trait. There's probably a lot of I can relate to what you're saying and don't know what the fuck you talking about.
but
And I can relate to it 4 different ways and 4 different jobs in 2 years, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
What do I always say? All my friends have a flaw. They're all different flaws.
right.
You know what I mean?
right.
You know what I mean? It's good that you're aware, whether it was a flaw or a plus or a negative, because we haven't even went into that. But like I said, all my friends, I know, we all have a flaw,
Right.
including myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
But yeah,
interesting.
sometimes if you keep your friends away from the flaw, they're the better person.
Correct. What's the interesting part about that is that I went on after I got divorced, I went online to kind of figure myself out a little more, just because you like to always study yourself. And knowing my son was a cancer, I was like, let me go a little bit deeper and try to figure out some stuff. And the crazy part is that you won't believe on how many of the traits or things that you do are right there.
Yeah.
And you don't know that about yourself until you actually go and read on it. And it was telling me that, for one, dealing with music and dealing with relationships would never work. I laughed about that. I didn't start figuring certain things out, especially when you're dealing with commitment. And I didn't know that just because you're so dedicated to your art or craft or passion, what you're doing.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
What I'm telling you is,
I think what you're saying, I think I might agree with. I'm just trying to
right. So what I'm saying, is that when
let me know if I'm on Team Cal right now.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that how he said the trait. He never took whatever somebody said about him, the criticism. He never shut it off. But today he happened to think about that. Do you see what I'm saying? He happened to think to himself like, well, okay, I'm taking notes on this.
No.
Let me sit back.
No. Back to the way you said, hey, I'm divorced because music
And a
It
relationship.
don't.
You know what I'm saying?
But that goes back.
Hold
But
on,
it goes
you
back
trying
to
to
my
skate.
sign.
Hold
It
on,
goes
no.
back to my zodiac sign. Is because I'm so dedicated to what I like to do.
Yeah.
This would never work.
with this.
Correct. I never thought about that until I started reading more about myself and certain traits.
I don't know if that's like, cause I did the same thing. I mean,
Right.
like,
It's
I don't
your
know if
traits.
that's common. Like somebody get divorced, they just
We
go
all
like
gonna
start
run around
checking
the room and you
signs and
say,
stuff.
Well,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
just It's just reading about more about
'Cause
yourself.
I didn't go
because-
deep into it, but
Right.
it ain't like next time I thought I liked somebody, I sure looked up. When was you born?
Right, but it also goes about you have certain comic. What I'm saying is you have certain common character
that sounds
traits.
like some stalkerish.
You have traits.
You guys can do it now.
What day was you born?
But-
Look, I need
but
some
you-
numbers.
but you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna
What's your
say-
social security number?
I ain't gonna say I believe that stuff is like exact science. Right?
What was your first?
Go ahead.
Because
Finish.
people
What was your
go
first
hard on
pet's name?
Virgos. People go hard on Virgos.
Right,
They
certain-
do with every-
yes,
you know,
I'm a
every
Virgo.
part of your sign.
Virgo too.
Right.
I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Gemini. So here, I'm gonna tell you this. A long time ago, I
See,
realized
you.
I
Cancer.
do have two distinct different sides.
He
of me.
sure
Right.
do.
That's right. That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying.
And they show up. And at some point, I had to realize that you cannot fight with that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it took a long time in my life. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I could be the life of the party, or I could give a damn about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could be, as my grandfather said, man of age and wisdom. He said this: "Oh, Norman's the type of dude that'll start the party up, make sure everybody's having fun, and then just go sit back and watch them."
But see,
Fun to it.
But see, sometimes you go
Two
through
different
situations.
types. You know what I mean? But it takes a lot. Like you
In
said,
life, but you-
when you read about it, you
Right.
said, "Hey, man, I'm doing this all the time."
Right.
I bet you when you read about your name, you think these are things I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It
It's
took
so
for some reading.
crazy how you fit something that has been written down a long time ago.
I figured I was gonna let you go and finish what you was talking about.
I'm
I've been
done.
knowing this dude since he was 11 years
I'm
old.
done. I just, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
wanted you to be like, yeah, you right.
So just keep in mind, I've been knowing since he's 11 years old.
Right.
All right. He right about everything he said, except like that's like when people take news and just like make it fit, because that's the bullshit. He's two different people. He's two fucking different people. He didn't just describe two different people because I'm everything he said after that. He was like, I'm two different people. And then he started talking about some shit that I am too. Like, wait a minute, because I ain't two different people.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I have two distinct.
Now, when
different
you was like,
facts.
all the stuff you described, that's some cool shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, because when I say Norm, two different people, Norm could be like, on one day, he could be like he said, the life of the party, like, you know, whoop, 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 I got joke stuff. And then the next day, he's just like, I ain't got shit to do.
Like, fuck the one.
Like who is that dude? Who are you talking about? Jokes.
Lost in
You
The
know?
things that I'm worrying about.
Yeah.
What about the
Be
flight
around
of the
there,
people in
15
Africa?
minutes later, you be like, man, this nigga is like, you know what
nah,
I'm saying?
I get what PL said though.
But no.
it's-
On the horoscope thing, I had to learn. You gotta let them people take part in your life.
Right.
They part of you. You know what I mean? If
But
get
sometimes
the
you
good
have to go through them
you can,
situations
You know what I'm saying,
in life
get them
just
all
to
in at
kinda
once. But
understand
sometimes
it's
it is a dramatic shit.
Yeah.
I felt you when you said I ain't ever cared about what people thought about me. And I was gonna joke and say it's because you were a psychopath as a child. You know what I'm saying? But I
As an adult.
no, you know what I'm saying?
As an adult, I'm a psychopath.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm
It's
a
real, 'cause I think
Virgo.
that sometimes too, because I think, man, nah.
But you see what I'm saying, OP?
It's
It's like you.
anybody say. So
But
do.
that's the one time that you kind of just, you know, your temperature check came down. I was like, okay, let me fall back and really take notes.
Well,
because any other time, you like you said, you wouldn't give a damn.
okay.
It wouldn't even.
so it was positive
Right.
for one.
You
So
chose your battle.
It wasn't a, you know, hey PO, you know, you fucked up about this and this and this. No, it was actually positive.
Right.
Good deal.
And I'm a fucked up person in the fact that I am so used to someone saying something positive simply to ask me for something, you know.
You were waiting for the
Yeah,
other
so
shoe
it's
to
always
drop.
so,
the
so when
the whole
I,
time you
Yeah,
were
Right.
so-
You was waiting for the gut blow.
so because of my conditioning, whenever I'm complimented, I always, oh, okay, well,
Somebody told me this.
That's
say
part of it.
thank you. Somebody close to me in my life at some point when I was not accepting the compliment, and going off to, oh, it's this and it's that or whatever it is. I got it on sale. No, you say thank you. And she said it to me like she was my mother. When people give you a compliment, you say thank you. That's the first thing that comes
I
out
say
your mouth.
thank you.
But you know what I'm saying? Really accept it is what she was saying.
Oh,
The acceptance part.
You know what I'm saying?
Was conditioning.
Conditioning. Yes. You know, we all conditioned to that.
But that, yeah, because that's an African American trait, right? It go back
Definitely in the male, you know what I'm saying?
Like, so for real, it go back to a time where somebody might take somebody from you, and I mean literally walking down the street holding the hand of a child, and somebody might come around and just be like, I'm mad at you because of some bullshit I got going on, and I'm gonna snatch this person from you because I'm jealous of what you just did or said. And they never let you have that shine. Don't ever shine in front of white folks. Y'all laughing?
You know what I'm saying? What?
mean,
Remember that book I mentioned that we would not mention the name of ever again?
Oh yeah, I told him don't say that.
You know what I mean? It's a conditioning. You know what I mean? Don't look at me in the eye. You know what I mean? It took a long time before you were a child realized, oh no, just as smart as you sons of beast.
I'm just saying. I ain't gonna get real deep. You know my mind, so.
hey, you know, you on the lawn, but the lawn is a part of the earth. The earth is deep in the motherfucking. So sometimes it you know, we got an underground park. Man. So, Cal. Jokingly, you ain't even from here. How'd you
I just
wind up?
found that out. My fault.
So, my mom and being an army brat, father was a gunnery sergeant, military.
Oh, okay.
So stationed out there, he was stationed in Long Beach, and my mom was postal service. She was a postal service inspector. So, y'all know how it is, 70s, early 80s. Things wasn't too great.
Right.
A lot of people started moving and migrating around. Broke up a lot of black families back then. Of course, I was one of the first early ones that was in that transition to moving here, as well as a lot of other people. Because at that time, y'all know that when dope hit the scene, that's when families start moving around. Broke up a lot of families.
Yep.
A lot of people migrated. When they migrated, baggage came along with them. That's how I ended up here. Plus, a lot of my other family was here. My grandma was here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? My grandpa. I had another aunt that was here.
Because I often wonder, like how people who aren't born here, how they wind up here.
But you know, some of my funnest times when I did move here, late 80s, was just because it was around them. I mean, you come from a whole different culture to where you see things immune all your life. You know, crack vials in the alley, yellow tape. You have to walk from this school 4 schools down and hope that you don't get your ass beat. And now you got to deal with 2 different sides of the flag because you either accept it in this one, take your ass whooping on the next one just to get to the school, or you're going to have to deal with both of them. That's in the 80s. That's what you deal with. But when you move to a whole other place and where it was different and it's a lot slower and the guys around were all acceptable, you know, that then was what bonded me to them. Because it was a different world for me to see at that time.
I hear that a lot though, right?
It was.
From California.
It was a lot slower. Yeah, and it was a lot nicer. Because out there, like you said, you expect it. Your mentality is you have to walk around a grunt.
Oh, you gotta have your mug on me.
Niggas, they'll walk over you out there. And we talking like the 80s. We talk about the NWAs, the early pre-Rodney King era, the OJ era. You know, things were out of control. Homies wasn't homies no more because now they figured out another way to make a hustle.
All right.
It tore up a lot of things. You know. So I got here in that early transition, right when things started moving around. And right when hip hop was really starting to take off.
So does that have a major influence on how you DJ and produce?
Of course. I mean,
coming from there, and then is it a
I tell people this all the time. Before I was a DJ, I'm a musician first. A lot of people don't get that. I'm a musician first because I've been studying arts and music since 5. You talk to a kid who tap dance at 5 very well. Played piano by 7. So when you have those talents and traits, and then you have a second cousin that is still one of the original Earth, Wind & Fire members, Ralph Johnson. You come from that background of music. Normie can verify that.
He name dropping, I'm verifying it.
yeah, it's all good.
The thing is that when you come from that background of a family, you're already born into music. You see what I'm saying? It was already preset. So music is what brought me to be able to tap into all the different type of genres of world, because you're already dealing with symphonic, you're dealing with jazz, you're dealing with classical theater, you're dealing with ballet, you're dealing with opera, you're dealing with all these different types of worlds. And that's what I come from before I started figuring out how to utilize that in DJ and make beats.
Simply because he's from Wyandotte County, I'm going to bring this up.
913.
One person I can think of that encompasses a lot of all of that too is Mad Marlin. Shout out Mad Marlin.
Shout out to the homie Mad Marlin. Mad World.
That's my guy, man. On me and Smooth's first project, on the Rough Draft CD, Marlon produced, I think maybe 4 songs on it. I think we had 11 songs. Marlon produced 4 of them. He might have did 5 of them. But he recorded, he engineered just about all of it. Him and Rico Z.
Rico Z.
Out of Mad World.
Shout out to the homie Rico Z.
Oh, shout out Rico Z. Shout out Fat Pat.
Fat Pat.
All right, I will say this. District 500 had a great music system. From
It still
Sligo to Wyandotte to Washington.
it still does.
Oh, man.
That actually, you know what I'm saying, gave something to.
Well, that's how I met Mad Marlin.
right.
Was who was it? Wyandotte or Washington?
Yeah, I was
They
going to
used
say,
to do
'cause you
the
name people from 2 or 3 different schools.
they used to
you
do
know what I mean, right there.
the big talent show.
Wyandotte.
Because one year we were competitors in it, and then like the next 2 years they paid us to come in to perform.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got there when you were there when the compensation days were
Well,
awarded.
We were there. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Because
You were there when it actually started making money. If we were
The revenue.
well,
see,
Tech
look,
did a couple. Tech headlined a couple of them.
here you go. We were going into high school.
I did in
when
88.
some of our high school games were big enough to move to bigger arenas, and they started making big money off that. And then some of them talent shows got really big and nice. They were making more money than, you know what I mean, what a school should be making for a dang talent show.
That's when the
You got
capitalism.
people's
That's when the
parents coming to
capitalism.
you and saying, see
The
they
capitalism
babies
came
and
in
other
with
people.
it. Right.
So yeah, thank you for hipping me to the evolution. They paid you.
Oh, well, this is like 97.
Like I said, it evolved to that. If I graduated,
Well, this was a.
and I knew that.
Well, I don't know if I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if it was.
I did in 89.
I don't know if it was like the actual schools, something going on, but it was something that they did. They did it at but they would do it at.
Wyandotte County Park. Or was
No, they would do it at the high school.
It was at the high school. Because how that started about was when I used to do it, we talking about, Cook, you could tell, this is when I was with we was doing it with the Black Panthers at the dance floor. And when we did it, back then, they weren't even charging. It was free.
Yeah.
But it was known throughout the whole district.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew about
but
it.
it was like
And everybody
it was like
came
a lot.
with
It was like a lot of kids from the district were coming. It was like they
And
talent show.
there you go. Everybody's talent show.
And you know what?
was
And it
so
helped
fire
launch a lot of
that they
ours
used to
careers.
Yeah,
battle
because
it off.
what's her name? Janelle Monáe did it
Jamel
one.
did it.
Was one of the
We
competitors
got
1 year.
involved to that.
The
I didn't
Preps
know
did
that.
it. Yeah,
this
it came
is
back in
good.
'88. I still got.
Right.
Matter of fact, I still got the picture when we performed. And JB Julius Brownlee, he had his group perform. The Preps came over, punching
Yep.
and bugging.
Yeah.
They came over and performed. These were like the early days of when they started building on that, making that a big thing with that talent show. You know, before, like you said,
Before it was just the Battle of Wyandotte County.
Right.
After everybody had their talent shows.
I think that
there
might
was
have been
another
what it
show.
was.
You know what I'm saying? After
It started-
everybody had
yeah,
their
it
folks
started-
talent
yeah.
shows, you know what I'm saying?
Because the only
Everybody
reason,
had a winner, whatever it is, and the top.
Because you know
people
we from Missouri.
used to
We
do
was
that.
from Missouri,
right.
and so the only reason we got invited was because I was managing over at I managed over at Indian Springs, and I worked
Oh,
at Indian
Springs.
Springs for like
Right.
like 4 years. I was at KB Toys.
Even better.
So you were there when JP Tods was there.
Yeah,
JP Tods before.
yeah. JP Tods, Chess King, Merry-Go-Round,
Smacks was there.
Smacks,
Athlete's Foot.
Down
Smacks now.
Huh?
Everybody don't remember Smacks.
Everybody.
Italian
You were
Delight.
you were not from Missouri or no Dot Boy unless you know about Smacks. Y'all remember Brown's Chicken right over the hill?
Hell yeah.
Brown's Chicken. No. The OG said yeah, Brown's Chicken. Damn, I wish they would bring that back. This chicken nowadays ain't worth garbage.
Can you take them up?
That's when they had a lot of good restaurants and a lot of the good food.
Oh yeah,
What are
Browns is well, you know, Go Chicken Go over on Truce.
They
That used to be Browns.
That used
That's
to be.
where-
You're right.
yeah.
They did used to be. That was the original Brown's Chicken, I think, wasn't it? Because then they put one over there in the Dot, and what else?
Yeah, because the original Go Chicken Go's in the Wyandotte.
Yep, they're still there. The one on 7th Street.
Yeah.
That's the one to go to. Don't nobody. The one on everywhere else is good. I just prefer the one on 7th Street just because. I mean,
I get
it's
in
the-
and
it's
out
the
over
Mecca.
there.
You can get in and get out. That is
Over
true.
on Truce, it's
Yeah, you ain't.
you getting in.
You know what? That's the only one I ain't been to is the one on Truce. I ain't been to that one.
You ain't
yet.
been missing nothing.
No, I've always.
Are you 50 years old? How you ain't never been
Because
to-
man, I've always gone to the other ones except that, and they all here. This is how wild it is. They all taste the same. I even had the one in Olathe, and
I don't know, the one in Olathe, it was a little lacking.
I'm just
been to
saying,
one of
7th
those.
Street is the mecca of.
Oh, 7th Street.
Yeah.
7th Street is the best one.
Oh, see,
That's just like we can talk about which gates y'all prefer. Everybody gonna have a different preference of which one they like.
Yeah, like I would say the one on. I grew up down the street
12th
from the one on State. So.
I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you.
State,
right.
10th,
Right.
yeah, 10th Street. Yep.
I still stay in that.
Okay,
Yep.
when that's not burnt down, they have the wings.
Now hold on, that one don't burn. It's the ones on the Missouri side.
No, well, Kansas.
Did they ever reopen the one over on State?
Nope. It's
Yeah,
no,
because
it's
that motherfucker burnt down. It's like,
What we talking about?
now we
Gates.
talking about Gates.
Oh, gays.
It burned
Oh,
down
that shit
again,
gone.
allegedly.
yeah, that shit on State,
oh,
yeah,
God,
it burnt down.
Allegedly.
And real talk, he probably could have kept that one
I love
open
it.
because that one I thought it was doing good business
I
over
love
there.
Gates.
That was the best one.
You
But
don't
it
know
just
the ins
it's
and
just
outs
a
of what's going
frustrating
on.
thing.
I don't.
You got to drive.
Yeah, I
clear
don't.
out
So,
the way
but
just to
I
go
just-
get some.
But I
Not
know
really.
that.
All I know is like something that been like as old as I am, something still there. It's all kind of nonsense going on still.
Yeah,
You know what
man,
I mean?
Just like I wish.
So,
Y'all remember
shit
Fat
burned
Boys?
down and that don't nobody
Remember Fat
believe
Boy
that, but I don't
up
know.
there on the 10 block?
Yep.
Fat Boy used to have Poor Boy and Fat Boy right there. I wish that Winchell's Donuts.
Winchell's.
I can't get a good donut
Whatever
nowadays.
happened to Winchell?
Oh, the one on the
Remember with the little
parallel?
Frankenstein in the bag? I can't get a good donut paying $3 for a knockout donut. I want a good donut. Ain't no Winchell's.
You ain't gonna find one.
No, you will not find one. No, trust me, I tried.
Yeah, I say because the one over, what was that, next to O'Reilly's?
Yeah.
Over off of Parallel.
From
That was the
Parallel,
best one.
Yep, that one, and then they had the one on
State.
it's the one on State.
State Avenue.
Yep, that's
Across
where,
from
where
70
John's.
something.
now it's a Papa
Yep.
John's.
And then wasn't it one on Rainbow?
Oh, which one?
There was one on Rainbow.
It might have been
It
one
was.
like a little, like
See, now you trying to get close to a Lamar's or something. The
See, I prefer
original.
Lamar's.
Man,
Well, hold on.
Donut, you damn right.
Original
You gotta get 'em fresh,
Lamar's
though.
The original,
Lamar's
opposite
off
the
thing.
original
on
the original
Linwood.
Lamar.
Fresh.
Yeah, the one on Linwood.
Right.
Don't play.
Right.
Where you walk out and you see the rodents in the back like shit. They all hyped up on the sugar and shit. They all shit.
Hey, that's why I had to break that relationship off with Lamar's because Lamar was getting me in trouble. We talking about going there and knocking off about 4 or 5 of them glazed donuts, and by the afternoon, blood sugar
costs you
be
about $15 now.
blood sugar be up to almost 300. I was like, I gotta leave them donuts.
I'm not a
alone.
fan of Krispy
It's too
Kreme.
sweet.
Who?
It's just like
Not a fan of
after,
Krispy
half
Kreme.
of one, I'm like,
Yeah, but they crack
It's
in the
not
head
right.
for them nowadays.
The only time I can eat Krispy Kreme and I can eat one of them then is if it's fresh out the oven.
yeah, nah, that's when they get me.
Light gotta be on.
He said the light gotta be on.
Otherwise,
Turn the light's not on. Stay in the drive-through.
Yeah,
Don't you go
right.
ahead.
That's
Don't even
real,
put it
though.
in the box.
Just hand throw them out
See,
the
coming
window.
fresh
Too.
out.
Real though, Dono got like a shelf life of like 6 hours though. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, because I'm picky about pastries and stuff. I don't like stale nothing. I don't like nothing. You know, cake,
I love you to
cake
death, cook.
got a
I
4 or
disagree.
5 day
I'm
time
throwing a little
to
water and
use.
I'm throwing them back in the
Put it
oven.
see, I'm also used to Lamar's used to be out here on Blue Ridge.
Ooh,
That was
that
was
one
the
had some good ones.
And,
Yeah,
and that one was almost 24 hours
That's what I was about
if you
to
knew
say,
how to
didn't
work
they?
it right. Because I would bartend at the club. I get off work. We stop. I drop a couple people off. May stop and get something to eat. Probably don't. So it's like 4 a.m.
Right.
I see the they in there getting it in, cooking them. I just pull up in the drive-thru. Ding ding. And the first time I did it, somebody came to the window, and it's like, "What you need?" Shit, nigga, let me get a dozen. Right here, right now. Matter of fact, let me get FOMO too.
He said, that's not a baker says it. What is that? You said, I need a 16 pack.
To go.
I need a
Hey, to
You got an
go.
extended clip on this donut pack.
the donut bag.
Donut clip. Right.
That's what my friend used to call a fat boy movie.
What the hell?
He said, matter of fact, let me
Who
get
you
FOMO.
bumped into?
Hey,
Just put them in a bag on the side.
Put them in the bag on the side.
oh,
Nobody knew they were here.
That ain't no different than getting you a combo meal, but getting you some fries.
Get you an extra fry.
get extra fry or extra
That's what
burger.
he was
Right.
because he knew he was gonna slam. I'm getting 12. I ain't slamming my 12.
Two of them didn't make it out the parking lot.
When I get home.
Yours did when I opened the box.
That's when it's 12 when I get home. And I'm gonna slam 12.
All right, now I can leave.
Now I can go to the house.
He told us the key words already.
Yeah.
I pulled up slowly. Y'all should have caught me.
Slowly,
Hey, that's when the music started in my head.
Oh, man. You already knew what he was ordering.
He about to make love to them.
Notice was getting the business.
You know what I'm saying? So Barry White was playing.
Oh, man. My family was happy when they woke up.
And it was 12.
They had 8 donuts.
They still only had 8. Well, see, it only looked like you look like you ate a marginal amount of donuts. You say you only ate 2.
He didn't know he was
Giving them and say, hey, 2 is what you start with.
Hey, that box
They don't know.
Oh no! Those 4, I knew those 4 was sacrificial.
They was gone.
Yeah, I knew they was gone. They was don't even count them.
They didn't make the first light. They did not
2
make
of them
the
didn't.
first light.
No,
They
2
made
of
the
them.
left or right.
2 of them in the parking lot. 1 of the first light. 1 as I'm pulling in the driveway.
They didn't make the final cut on the roster, boys. They didn't make the final cut.
Rid of all the evidence,
I appreciate you have restraint.
All of them tried out, but they didn't make the final cut to the team.
But I fucked up. See, I got home, smoked one.
Two.
Said,
You didn't catch
Right.
the count. Hey,
Right.
2.
I said, shit,
It
damn.
was bad.
Let me go ahead and eat one of these. You know what? I know I'm gonna want 2 of them. Let me go ahead and just take 2.
You didn't argue with yourself.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take 4 of them.
Oh man.
Because
Box gone.
nah, I was like, because I was like, yeah,
What was the final number?
it was 8 altogether for me. 8 for me, 8 for them.
That's fair. You lost.
That is fair. They didn't even have to know you had any. You could have stopped and said, "Give me 8."
You know what? That's a cold story. The fact that he said he slowed was slow. He knew what he's ready to do.
I didn't know what they was. I didn't know what they're going to, sell them to me because they wasn't
That
technically
late, right.
open.
Right.
Well, it wasn't late. It was early because they opened it like 6.
And they super fresh.
So it's like 4 o'clock. Yeah. So these were like.
You must have smelled the aroma too. Hit you.
Oh, as soon as I pulled in the parking lot, I was like,
That's somebody paying their way through college.
Glad
Oh yeah,
did.
I'm gonna take those extra.
nigga, I pulled up and it had the tube that when you roll over, the ding ding. So and then the dude came to the window. He looked around, stuck his head out. What you need? Word.
What you got for $10?
And this was back when a donut was like 35 cents.
Oh, Jesus! You didn't even
man.
get past like what was that? $7.50?
Oh, I spent like maybe 8 or I spent like 12. No, I spent 10 bucks. I spent 10 bucks.
Yeah.
Well, you get a dozen cheaper than you will
$10.
buying an individual
Yeah,
donut.
Because
That's why they trying to get
Because he charged me 8,
Yeah, right.
and I said
Right.
keep the change.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when I said keep the change, he was like, "Oh man, appreciate it." I said, "Oh
Damn it! You should have got some.
no, you gonna see me again."
Remember my face. Remember me.
Right,
And I
Not
pulled
trying to
off,
rob you.
and then when I showed up again the next week after, ding ding, and he,
What you did?
hey, 16.
That's good.
Oh, he just started calling me 16. I pull up at,
16.
I'm gonna give you this 10.
16 for 10. That's a good deal.
That's a very good deal.
Hey,
I take that off.
And you could feel the heat
on
through the box. You know what I'm saying? it's grease stains because
the
it's
glaze is still
Oh,
dropping. They grease. That's glaze.
Hey,
Is that, don't disrespect him like that. Is that-
I done did the same thing. Are you kidding?
You had to plug, man. You had
Man,
to do
I
it.
know. That's why I treated him right. I tipped him. I never took no change.
Never.
I'm a bartender. I had the ones. I could have gave this motherfucker exact change every time if I wanted to.
Sometimes you throw an extra one in there. Hey, you doing your
Hey,
thing.
I'd be like, hey, here. I know it's 10, and I know it's 8, and here, man, take this extra 2.
See, that's what you call good customer service.
And then
Please, I know you put none of this in the register, but don't put them two in there.
now, when I give him the extra 2, you know what's happening next.
18.
Nah,
What?
he slide me that chocolate milk.
Oh,
now you
man.
get upgrades. He's getting the
Whoa,
upgrades.
you dealing with the Colombians.
That's the
That's the plug of all plugs.
That's how I found out it was levels to this shit.
yes. Yeah. He's giving you the upgrades, the
Man,
package deal.
Right, I'm like,
different
oh.
You would get the premium. He made you a premium member.
Hey, I felt
You was a
special.
premium member.
I pulled up. I should be ready. I'd be like,
Hey, but you gotta give homie, you gotta give little homie some credit. He knew how to
Bag be
upsell.
hanging out the windows like
You know
a
how to
good
kick.
Wendy's.
hey.
Selling stuff like that.
And then you know what? It probably was like a young dude trying to get through school or something.
Hustle.
Cause
This is a good little $10.
because that was
He
all
already had his bones.
that
$10,
whole
you going back to UMKC.
yeah that whole summer we was getting it. Fall rolled around after Labor Day. I pulled up. Ding ding.
We don't open till
Hey, nah, motherfucker, we don't open till 6 o'clock. I don't know what the fuck you think you on.
Budget cuts.
Staff change.
Budget cuts.
Music was all sad. It started raining and shit.
Oh man, Mother Nature.
It was a great marriage. It was a great matrimony.
Oh
It was
man.
over.
Oh man.
The BB King record played. The thrill was gone.
The denial phase was probably the worst because I was like, man, that motherfucker could have told me last week.
You didn't get the, you didn't get the
You
disclaimer.
think he kept his job, don't you?
Yeah, you didn't get the
This nigga
disclaimer.
fired.
It was Saturday.
You were not his only hustle.
Probably not. But you know,
Hey, but you had a good run. The
taught
fact
him
you
the game,
survived
baby,
a
but
whole
not gonna
summer.
hustle.
Oh, we was doing it. We worked it like the late half of the spring, all the way through the summer.
That's a pretty good
The late half of the
solid
spring is when I tested it out. You know,
Oh yeah, he was still in school.
and I went through at the time, not bragging, but I owned 3 different cars, so I pulled up in all 3 of them. You know,
just to kill you.
Yeah, just-
change.
No.
Hey, to change. Yeah.
but it was always when I pulled up
You
in
was
my
pulling them
sidekick.
audibles.
I had
Pulling
a
them
Suzuki
audibles in the
sidekick.
huddle.
Yeah, it was always when I pulled up in the sidekick that he'd be like,
Yeah, your fat boy moves.
"Hey, yeah," just creepy because the sidekick was backed out.
Y'all treated that just like the NFL. You was back there in the backfield calling audibles with the nods and stuff. Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, they had
Omaha.
calling
Got
audibles.
somebody staying over. I need an extra.
I need an
63.
16.
Right.
Yeah, 16.
And then you change your cars, you change your players. Oh man, they didn't see it coming.
Tip 5. Tip 5.
And you survived the whole
Oh
summer.
man, I need 2 chocolate milk. Let's be going right.
See, that's right. That's
Yeah, like I said, you taught him the game. He probably had 5 of you.
It's probably more than that.
Oh man.
Because
At 3 in the morning in Kansas City, he was selling crack. He might as well been.
Because like August, it would be a little line. It'd be like 3 or 4 people in front of me sometimes. I'd be like,
Well been. You talking about
You just ride around
You
them,
talking
and then
22 minutes off the
they saw this
after
part
Harris
last
house. They
week.
kicked you out.
Yeah.
Please.
yeah. So like, motherfuckers, other people who be driving by be like, will see me and
they start seeing your
And then
car.
that next week,
And then the next week,
like the next 5 people.
and so it was a couple. So it would be like 2 or 3 other people. But I think they would just be getting like a little bag of like 3 or 4 probably. Yeah,
I got foresight, dog.
I'm out here.
I
Yeah,
told you that was gonna
I'm out here
At a
getting.
managed restaurant, the flour got him at the end of the summer. They was like, son of a bitch, we are going through a lot of flour. We're not selling as many donuts. It took them that long to catch
They
up.
probably was looking at their inventories like,
With them extra
these numbers are
57
adding up.
donuts on the weekend.
lot of inventory.
Nah, they kicked out too many donuts today.
Hey,
Like
But
it's
the
been a
was
long
taking a lot
time.
of that inventory.
They was picking
Yeah,
out like 30 donuts a minute.
How we got like 3 bags of flour?
Donuts a minute.
Every day.
oh man, look, it would be like Sunday morning. I get off. I get the donuts and take them to church.
Oh, they going around in white face.
I'd take them in for Sunday school and dip out.
My whole summer.
Man,
though,
I'm going too
that
far.
is-
My fault. I was kicked off.
I wish I
again.
could find a run like that. Like
What happened?
we didn't all had a little hookup. Somebody hook you up.
It
or something
was.
like that. But I've never had a whole run to like what you had. Hey, right now you hold that GOAT
You know-
title that you got through a whole spring and
I'm
summer
a-
with a hookup with donuts.
If I were a mutant,
Hey, number one, you're black and you made it in America. Guess what? You're a mutant.
my man. One of my special abilities is I'm gonna get the hookup. I'm not gonna necessarily ask for it. But I'm gonna get the hookup. Motherfuckers gonna give me the plug. They gonna be like, cool as shit, man. Don't tell nobody.
Right.
Superpower.
Right.
Hookup man.
That's the superpower. I'm gonna get the hookup.
I just be like, hey man, you know, I come in, I'm make a motherfucker smile, make them bust a couple laughs. You know, we have a good time. We connect on a level about some basketball, some football, some something.
Yeah, man, I got that power.
And then next thing I know,
I feel you.
With a continuous run, this dude had a spring in the summer.
You ain't paid to get in the game.
yeah,
Look,
Everybody might get a hookup every now and then, but
to have
that's a
with
long
positive
run.
personality in
For
this
real.
case, 'cause I
White,
observed
black,
stuff.
Yeah.
You come
Mexican,
in
whatever
and give
it
them
is.
that,
That's fine.
and they get.
It's almost
I
like when-
get free stuff off.
It's almost like what they do to
White
endorsements.
when my white homeboys, when I used to just go play, when we go to like Bannister Mall or something like that, we'd be walking around and chick give me a couple free cookies or some shit. They'd be like, "You just know everybody, huh?" I'm like, "Nah, man. You see how many black folks it is out here?" At the time, it wasn't a whole lot,
No,
but it was enough.
right.
I was like, "Shit, shit." She just hooked me up. That's all that was. It's just, just doing me a solid.
I'm the lead.
We used to look after each other though.
He right, it wasn't that. Because we didn't find out about Bannister until later. Like,
See, I told you, I was late to that party.
We were late to that. Yeah, we were late to that party.
16.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Day one. You know what I'm saying? Day one.
Y'all,
Day one. I was up in there like, why this ball so
15 years old
curvy?
out there.
I can't see around
See
the
all the way down the end of
yeah.
Because Indian Springs, you can look at being Dillard's and look all the way down to JC.
and see the
Straight shot. Yep.
You might, if you loud enough, yell, Trina!
We was 15 years old. We was out there. Quit playing. Because Metro North had a big ass mall.
I worked at Metro North for a
Metro North
while.
I did do.
Yeah,
15 years.
you ain't gonna run into nobody you know out there.
Oh, no.
Bannister was the last
And if you do,
place that I did go.
this is what you gonna do. Only people that knew y'all knew each other was you two.
Yep.
Right.
And ain't nobody gonna know it. They gonna be like, they gonna assume it because y'all was, a couple niggas in Metro North.
Right.
You know all the black people.
I worked at Metro North for 1 year, 2000 to 2001. No,
Man.
was it 2000? No, my bad. 99
They
to
had
2000.
good deals. No, they had some good deals on
They had some lot of clearance stuff at that time.
Right, you could go up there and stock up. What you would pay
That's
for a
the
couple of
mall I used
outfits,
to go
you could
to
go up there,
while I was
dude,
at
come
work
back
at
out
the other
like 4
jobs.
bags.
Hey,
Hey,
That's a long way. How you
I go with dealers.
I mean, it's kind
Hold
of
on.
it's kind of up the street, but it's that's still a good grip.
a little run. You said, I'm 20 minutes away from the job.
Rack up, and I was like, man, this is. I started kept going up there. Matter of fact,
Okay.
I have a relationship with him. I started going up there.
Nah, but the good thing about up there though is like when you came back to wherever you was from, like not everybody had your shit.
Nope.
That was the best thing.
That's what I'm saying. How many of y'all? Because y'all know everybody kept traveling around the town trying to find something else.
Probably
Like
cheaper.
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I had some Bo Jacksons in different colors that I got from that bottom shelf at a Foot Locker at Metro North. They never caught up with them. You know what I'm saying? Never at
Nobody.
Schlegel.
No.
It was, you know what I'm saying?
No.
It was an impressive game at
You're right.
Schlegel.
When he put those
You know what I'm
bottoms on the
saying?
floor, everybody was like,
I had to cut a fila that I've never seen with multiple colors. You remember them? They were so cold. Everybody do. I had to cut a fila
Yeah,
like some
everybody-
Andre Agassiz or something that had woven the colors of the rainbow through the
There's the
side
rainbow.
of them.
That's what the rainbow
and then
was.
like swayed around the edge.
Everybody was trying to hit. Couldn't
Got
nobody
them on
could
sale
find those.
at a funky mall because nobody liked them.
Right.
You know what I'm
I know it
saying?
was.
I brought
Just
them
like
right
when
back.
everybody
It
was
like,
doing-
what? I was mad. I paid $85 for them. When the shoe game had just broke 120, when them Jordans were like 130 something
They
dollars.
first came. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When everybody, even when Magic had a shoe that was like $95, you already know.
Them,
We'd
weapons.
upgraded from Samsung.
Weapons. Yeah. I had weapons.
Yeah.
I had some.
Yeah, there you go.
I had some New Balance. I had the James Worthies. The Worthies.
Yeah, somewhere after that Feli
After that
run,
Feli,
we ran the game.
the
you know what I'm saying?
Pumas,
Cool J and them damn Feli's
Troops,
ran the
the
game.
British Knights, the Sony's.
BK.
The
Had
Lacoste.
BK's making a comeback.
Man.
Had
saw
two pair of had 2 pair of BKs, pair of couple pair of K Swiss. Actually, I had a few pair of K Swiss.
You remember the Lacoste Sportives?
Few pair.
Y'all remember
I
those?
had a
K-Swiss.
had a pair of those.
Yep.
Or I had a couple of
I had
sweatsuits.
every Adidas, every Adidas sneaker you could think of. I've had every color.
I had the
high top
Chucks.
and lows, shell toes.
Yeah.
Because you could get Chucks for like 15, 20 bucks from like Stride Right or Tom McCann.
Tom McCann's had them for
Straight
cheap.
the grass
Yeah.
stains on
Yep.
the white, what you said.
Reeboks, I remember the Reeboks, the EXO
I had-
fits. I rocked
the
those.
Cortez, Nike Cortez
Had
Classics was my
those.
shit.
Yep, rock those. And you know how much the mugs are now?
Dude, $8,500
That's a 100. Yeah.
Dude, they're a whole solid $1 for that. A whole $100.
crazy.
Yes,
Man.
That's
When we used to
crazy.
school, when we rocked them, they were like
You
40,
can
what,
get as a
39
child
bucks.
as a knife.
They were like
You can
$39.95
get them
at Athlete's Foot for $39.95.
two for 70 in Foot Locker.
Like I
Boom.
said, the
With,
cheapest Nike you could get.
Yes,
Cortez.
that is. It's a Cortez.
Yeah.
Because everything else from Nike is at least a bill up.
Is 100 now.
A bill
Nah,
up.
just because hip hop and black people have made it a
Oh, yeah.
play. Wait, my fault.
It's corporate.
The Latinos too.
Yeah.
Well, hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
But
do
really, the
fucks with
blacks and the
Cortez.
Latinos have made Cortez what they were.
You know what? That's how they got
Gangsters
your
and
boy.
Latinos.
That's how they got Dapster. Dapper Dan.
Yep.
Remember when he was up there flipping and making everybody back when he was in the 80s and they had like the Fila and the Gucci and the puffy jackets. He was going overseas. He had, like you said, the plug. He had the hookup.
Yep.
Getting that hookup, come back, and then once he start putting those out and he was, everybody was going to him, he was making a nice capital. The rest of the companies were getting mad because it's like, oh, well, he took our. That's when the patent game and the copyright game changed.
I'm gonna give
everything.
me an MCM jacket. Yeah, I can kiss my butt.
I had a cold one in high school. I had one in high school.
Man, there was a dude. What's the dude's name? Slobby Robbie that does a Netflix show. And that's his shit.
MCM, where is
Like-
he getting his gear from?
Yeah, but he'll take like a bag, like an MCM bag, and then he'll make some pants out of it. Like some of the shit the dude be making, I'm like, okay.
He got an eye for it. Yeah, he got an eye for it. Right, that's what I'm
I might
saying.
have to start just shopping some of these vintage shops. You know what I mean? And catching something that people don't think
You
so.
can.
It's gonna cost you a nice little,
You know what I'm saying?
nice
Just-
little chunk of change.
Well, all that stuff that we had, like you said, in
Well, I
high
ain't gonna
school,
do that.
that didn't cost us that
Ain't
much.
doing that.
All that now, they capitalize on it. It's twice as much now.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a Swatch watch. And I used to love Swatch watches. And I found a Swatch watch, $300 or something dollars.
Damn.
Same one I had in high school for like $70.
Wish I would have kept them 10.
Oh,
Dude. Not just the 10, but the 30 fucking bands that I bought to swap it
Yeah.
in out with
Yes.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
I
it had those rubber bands that would
Man,
go
we
across
all
the
working
for
for
the
we was all into that, dog. You said
That's how you got your bitches.
Wash, dog. I had the pop swatch. You could take off
That's
the
how-
band.
Yeah.
Shirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was a watch king, dog.
Right, that's I say I love watches, and I was
I'm
always
saying,
into that. I used
And
to
that's
love.
how you at Worlds of Fun. That was your cred right there.
You were doing all right for yourself.
You working with this week?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
doing
But then I
okay.
started busting out on them. I'll be like, I wear 3 of them. Where you wear the 2 that's facing you this way and the one that's
Yeah.
facing them.
You were killing them.
Man,
what
oh
he
no,
was
no.
killing. Hey.
You know. 80s and 90s
He's
is
probably
crazy.
killing them. The
One
90s
on
is
your
crazy,
belt
dude.
loop, one on your torn.
One on my chain.
He was killing them.
Come on, because Flavor Flav had opened up the gateway. He was the gateway drug to watch.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
so PM, they gotta credit you for that one. Give you your flowers for that one. You changed the watch game.
Hey,
Oh man, I ain't changing.
Sway.
he saw that.
I saw some white dude do it out of Oak Park Mall, and I was like, "Oh, that's flying the motherfucker." Shit. So I had four watches at 4 Swatch watches at the time. I was
Bam,
like,
bam,
shit, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I was in the mirror. I was like,
Wait, you dropped the sleeve on him. Yeah.
oh, killing them. Yeah, let's.
Right.
They quickly put a memo out. You can only wear 1 watch. No excessive jewelry. I was like, man, y'all some fucking silver tag hater motherfuckers,
They
boy.
didn't herbalize
He
them.
got fired for a goatee.
Oh yeah, that really was.
No, that's
Yeah, you couldn't have
It wasn't
facial
even
hair.
grow hair for
hey.
you.
Pete,
Like
Cook
four
was
hairs.
Cook was Public Enemy before Public Enemy with the goatee.
Yeah, man, but I don't think that's why I didn't get fired. I didn't get fired though. I just stopped going. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
y'all get in the argument. My fault. I didn't mean to say you got fired.
Yeah, I get fired.
Not from that job.
They still want you rocking the goatee.
Man, look, I don't know what it was, but dude had more hair on his chin than I did, and he kept coming and bothering me about it. Like
That was
you
before
need
they
to
changed the
shave.
law. That's before they didn't even
It
bother.
wasn't-
No,
them.
it was
It
some
wasn't
white
no
power
rule, it was
type
just some
shit.
stuff he was
No,
just
no,
trying
there
to
was a
pull
rule
on
about
me.
facial
No, there's a
hair.
rule about
Let's
facial
say
hair.
you
There was
get
a
your
rule about
hair.
facial hair.
But I thought you just had.
Right.
I thought you couldn't have a
He wasn't-
beard.
Wait, number one, he wasn't violating it more than the dude that was pointing out the violation.
Yeah,
Let's
and
just
he-
say
yeah.
that.
So he kept dropping
We all
that on
gonna
me.
agree
But
that.
I didn't think he was serious at first because this is a dude that kind of like when me and Norman came along. I was there like a few weeks
was
before
halfway
Norman
a mentor.
started, right?
Right.
When he first came, and this dude was like the dude that was like he was kind of cool. He could share some jokes, show us around a little
You
bit.
know how they turn on
And
you
then
quick,
right,
boy.
once he raised the level more, and I raised up too, and I don't think he liked that. You know, it was just something about
He didn't-
me.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
When you start,
And he was like, you need to shave, and I was like, yeah, okay, and I laughed him off.
Here you go.
A few more days. Oh man, I told you need to. Yeah, okay, I laughed him off. I don't know how many times.
And you always had yours
He
clean
finally
cut. It was
like,
always
man,
clean,
look,
like a clean
he walked
goatee
up
and
on me
stuff.
one day, and I'm still putting him off like he's full of shit. So he came and he was like, I told you, I keep telling you, man, you know what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna write you up right now. And he started writing. I was like, and I reached out and I just touched him up under his chin. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, and I ain't gonna say his name. I was like, what the fuck is this?
His hair was blonde though.
Touched him.
Yeah, I put my finger up under his chin. I rubbed his hair up under his chin. I was like, what the fuck is this? Good boy, you for real right now?
Realize this is way back when he had to go to a phone and call
And he got
one of
mad.
them cell phones.
And he got mad.
You called his bluff.
And he lost his temper, man. And he's like, you suspended. Damn.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Man, whatever, man.
Hey, Worlds of Fun was good to
But
suspend
dude,
somebody.
look, it was like, here's the racism, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you 3 years younger than me, like, you 3 or 4 years younger than me. The whole thing is what the rate, and this is something that we didn't understand because we grew up thinking racism was them chasing niggas down with
Right.
We didn't understand
No.
the
It was outside of
living in.
yeah,
Even though we
yeah.
knew racism was there. So when we was kids, we was around a whole bunch of white people, dog. Like we was just surrounded by country ass Missouri white people, right? When I got promoted, I was the youngest. Not only the youngest black, but I was the youngest manager in the park. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
Youngest assistant manager in the park.
I was
period.
the first black supervisor at Worlds of
Hold on,
Fun.
this ain't about you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't be hating.
I ain't hating, but let's get to that. You talking about 2 years later or a year later? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is like, the point of why I'm saying that, I ain't bragging, but point of what I'm saying about that is there was obviously people out there that we wasn't on our radar, we wasn't aware that didn't like that.
Right.
Like, why is this nigga telling people what to do?
And then y'all were
you know
younger.
what I'm saying?
And
But
black.
I was good at what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, it's a whole story about how it happened because he was, you know, he was already an assistant manager. You know what I'm saying? But I was an assistant manager of rides, which meant that people was visually seeing me in charge because they go into the rides.
But
you
think
know
about
what I'm
it.
saying? Like,
at that age, that's a lot of power.
it was a lot of
Lot
power.
of power for you.
At 16 years old.
He was
bro.
like this. He was
Right.
the first actual manager of an A-Ride, black manager of an A-Ride at Worlds of Fun.
Ever. Probably.
You know, probably.
Is that nigga on that?
You know what I'm saying? Because there had been black managers and assistant managers, or mostly assistant managers, but they would never make it to the show. They'd be like over the Beetle Bumps or something like that. Crazy.
He actually
You know what I
was
mean?
running.
And you know what I mean? As he's saying, you know what I'm
Over the
saying? That was
octopus.
crazy the way he moved through, because he moved from grounds to that. And I stayed in that. And as he said, he was
advancement.
the first black man, and we didn't realize that other people are looking like, yeah, I should only be managers in food service.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could be a supervisor in food service. There was 2 or 3 of them.
It was like they
When
were
I
throwing
got
at his face
promoted
like he
to
wasn't
manager
qualified.
in
even though he
rides,
was
they
at
said
that
there was
age.
one other black manager. You're the second one. Don't get fired for smoking weed in the truck. I didn't smoke weed. Okay, but nonetheless, he got there and he moved to a. If I was in groundskeeping, something that is traditionally a black and minority type thing, he moved to straight ride operations, the other half of it. You know what I mean? So that was traditionally your clean cut white guys and your Susie chapsticks.
Yeah.
Period.
And it was
Point
crazy packed.
You know what I mean? And he was.
roll up on
dog,
your convertible.
imagine
Oh,
this
oh,
dude
you know,
in
that
the
was
sun
that
after
job.
57 days at Worlds of Fun.
Yeah.
He's black as you want to be,
And we was
running
killing
it down the line.
And we was killing it. We was killing it. We was running the park, boy. We was
Running.
We was killing it.
Telling jokes, having fun, and my life.
What happened was
You
the
said
reason
doing
why I
things
got the
that
job
people
in the
couldn't
first place, right? Dude had like it was this chubby white guy, Jeff. Don't gonna be giving him. I was gonna give you that. I'm going after the whole world. We don't know what Jeff doing. But Jeff liked this dude because this, you know, he was cracking this dude up. He kept telling me about this dude because I'm working out. I'm miserable in the motherfucker. I got him the job, and I'm out here miserable in the motherfucker. Every day we driving home, he like, that's a great time.
I just told a good joke day one. You got in.
They take care of this dude. I'm like, but they got me. I'm like, let's picking shit up.
Hey, P, you know what that is?
Shit.
Hey,
what the fuck?
you know what that is?
You know what I'm saying?
Norman made it to
what
the
I
house.
said.
He made it into the big house.
So what happened
cook in the
was,
field.
So what happened was Jeff liked this dude, and Jeff was like,
Storing buildings.
He's already
he was in the
supervisor.
clique. I'm gonna just keep it
Go
simple,
ahead.
like an '80s movie. He was in the clique.
Yeah,
That was
big in the
boy.
clique. Like
You know
he's
what I'm
been
saying?
balling in that.
He was the one in the clique that could probably drink everybody under the table and belch, you know what I'm saying? But he was in the clique. And he liked him, so he was like, I'm gonna make this nigga manager. And everybody probably was like, why you gonna make that nigga manager? He was like, because I like that nigga. And he had the pull to do that. And he was just like, he went to him and told him, hey, Norman, I'm making. So what happened was once he was a manager, Jeff, me and this dude, we was tight. You know, we was always together. So he got to know me a little bit, and he was like, make that nigga manager.
Make that nigga manager too.
You know, so I made that nigga manager too. So they put me through the test. But what happened was, you know what I'm saying, like my superpower, you know what I'm saying? Like the woman in charge of operations, like the gatekeeper, basically. People like me. So they gave me tips and shit. They would be like, hey, if this ever happened, and they wouldn't tell me why, but they knew what was going down. If this ever happened, if this ever happened. So they started testing me and stuff, and I was passing them tests and acting like I didn't know. And one day I had some white folks walking behind me. It was like 4 white folks, white people. And I swear to God,
I remember that
they
day.
all had suits and ties on. I was like, but I saw them. Cause I got that nigga peripheral. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on my way to the Ambam. You know the Ambam? I'm on my way to the Ambam. I'm walking up under the trash.
He ain't even working. He on break.
You know what I'm saying?
He
And
on break.
I saw a piece of trash like in the bushes and stuff. And I'm walking along. And I done peeped them already. So I know the game. I'm like, oh shit. So I started there. I'm like, huh.
You played the game. You played the game. You played the game.
Played the game.
Hopped the fence and went on to, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was a manager the next day.
He moved from the train to the Fury to now.
They called me and was like, you know what I'm saying, we want to offer you. And they gave me some shit that no nigga had ever done before. And the nigga and the white boy who had it before me had moved up. He was hating like a motherfucker because I was a nigga. He didn't like black people, you know. And they hated the fact because, like, dude, the Orient Express was like it was a thing of beauty because if you was operating a machine and I'm sitting here just like this, right? The machine just fed it come in. The way I'm operating it depends on how you gonna have fun. You gonna come in like we gonna dun 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 dun, or you gonna come in like shh, or you gonna come in like I can do all of that.
Cause I had a couple of those.
And I was there. You see how I'm personable, so I be talking to people in line while I'm waiting, and I'm getting to know like what y'all want, And I'm I had the Orient Express was popping. Everybody, you know, and they come up there and just start hating on me, looking for shit. Just hate on me.
You made it fun, man.
You know, and they used to find shit.
It was cool. I gotta give it to him.
We had some fun up in there.
It was cool.
Oh man,
See,
I enjoyed my time working the Worlds of Fun.
That's the personality.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, 110 degrees, it sucked ass.
You had to get used to it.
But
You had to learn the tricks though.
Yeah.
But I would start at the end of May when we opened.
Yep.
And by the like mid-June.
You mean
That's when we used to get them hot
Early.
summers.
No, I would start.
April.
Them 100.
I wouldn't start. I couldn't start. My parents wouldn't let me start till May.
Oh, okay.
Till school was out.
school was out.
Yeah. So I started May when school was
Yeah,
out.
politics happened in April.
Man,
Yeah.
and so that's why I'm already coming in on some bullshit. That's how I'm over Yoshida's junk yachts. Because they was like, because dude was like when he's talking to me, super, he's like, man, look, I'm sorry, man, but you know,
He said, I'm sorry.
man.
you the last
It was
one.
bad already.
So it's a spot called Yoshida's Junk Yachts. It's right across from the Orient Express entrance.
Next to the Bamboozler.
Yeah,
You'll get a good fan.
Yeah.
So they assigned y'all. They assigned y'all where y'all was gonna go, or did you
They
have to rank up?
They call you and offer you something. You took it, you didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
if you were early on, I was one of the late cats, so they'd be like,
He had no choices. You're merchandising. This is your spot.
is your spot. 300 in, 300 out. How can I flip this?
Merchandise wasn't playing around.
Damn, I can't flip
And we
this
was
at all.
destroying that stuff. They was paying top dollar for the stuff we was destroying every night.
They throw it away.
Man, we call it the boneyard, dog.
We be playing
We call it the
baseball and
boneyard.
softball.
All the quarters and
motherfucking
nickels
stuffed
be wasting trying to
animals.
win that.
All them movies where you
Just
see
like
people
kids,
crashing
like
and
crazy
crushing stuff.
shit.
That was us, man. We was finding new and different ways to crush stuff up in that compactor all night.
They
That's
should
all we
really
did.
not have let kids.
They
run
shouldn't have let
heavy
hillbillies
machinery.
tell us what to do.
Hey,
We was sitting there
hey.
following these white boys.
Well, they
was doing
broke all
shit.
kind of labor
We was sitting
laws.
there letting them do it, you know?
Yeah, look at it for a second.
Man,
Okay,
you can't
when it
pull
was a
that down,
game,
man. You
they
don't get
pull and be
16,
like,
17,
I'm gonna
25
gas the
to the park.
dumpster wrong.
Right.
You know, saying to do some shit like that, or hey, look at these. You know how they have big old softballs.
Yeah.
So you're sending big old softballs, you win and shit. They be down there waiting for you to come on back. They have a whole game of softball with a big old stick. You saying they just doing some hillbilly ass shit in the middle of a trash compacted, stinky ass junkyard. You know what I'm saying? The trash box. Yeah. Ain't nothing but a big old trash box. And a big old ditch. And you know what I'm saying? You do that, you know that.
I still
They
say
just
World's
having
Fun is
fun
one of the most
in the
hustle
stack.
places,
You
though.
just looking like,
Because the fact that y'all got to stay there every night,
no problem.
and y'all got to watch all that money fly up when people go upside down on the rise, and the change was just fall out.
Hilariously,
That
you never, or I never saw the money.
oh, you can hear it across the park.
You hear it.
You can hear it.
But I never saw. I was over there with my homeboys working
So
in
I didn't know I
Megatron,
know.
and I'm on break. You know, I'm breaking the rules because I ain't supposed to be out in the park when I'm on. You know,
Hanging out, talking to people with shots.
and it looks extra suspicious because you know I got on my my Asia uniform and I'm all the way over here in Americana.
Everybody red, white, and blue,
Yeah,
you and Jade and black,
Yeah.
looking like a ninja.
with my pants on.
Shit.
And it's hot.
All that black.
Hey,
but
that
I
makes
wore
sense
that
why.
song
That's why
also,
when you
black
look down,
pants.
that's why
I wore that
niggas.
song
When you
also.
see the blacks out there,
Yeah.
see niggas out there working. That's why everybody was always looking angry, mean outside because they put them outside and it's hot and they like it's hot.
I
Polyester.
don't get it. It used to be like it used to be 5 to sometimes 10 degrees hotter, depending on the humidity.
Because of that black asphalt
Standing
we had to
on-
walk
yeah,
on.
you standing
Hot.
on asphalt everywhere, and where there wasn't asphalt, there was rocks. Or flowers. Wasn't no grass to soak up nothing.
Or some bullshit
There was some
wood.
trees or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Some nasty blue water. You know
That
what I
shit
mean?
smells so, man. Motherfuckers
That
be like,
water-
"Hey P, let's go to World's." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
I'm cool.
They be like, "Why?" I'm like, "Man, look, I worked there for like 2.5 years, and
I've racked thousands
and then
of
and
hours
even
up in that
after
place.
working there, you know what I'm saying? That was in high school. That was in high school when I worked there. I went back in college and was partying and shit up there. Yeah, nah, I'm like, nah, the smell of it.
Yeah, but,
Oh man, it's a better smell. It's a better look. I had a season pass with my kids for like 5 or 6
you know
years.
they
We used to have fun.
they partnered. I think they partnered with Six Flags.
Well,
Yeah,
the
The investors.
somebody bought the other one.
Oceans. Was it Oceans of Fun?
It was like Cedar Park. So
Cedar-
whoever owned
Cedar
Worlds
Park.
of Fun,
Bought
I
Six
think
Flags.
Bought
and I
Six
don't even
Flags.
know if it's all of them.
No,
It's
just
the
I
one in
believe
St.
just the
Louis.
one in
The one in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
you know what I
Because
mean?
like we go back to when Lamar Hunt owned that sucker. Like, I
True.
remember Lamar Hunt walking around the park.
He was cool dude.
Yeah. He
No,
did.
he's
own-
cool. Mr.
Yeah, he
Hunt's a nice
did.
dude.
Yeah, old man Hunt did own it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he used to come
Right.
and talk to people, man.
Yeah.
He talk
Right.
to
Yeah,
the
if you
owner
ever
of
had
the
a
Chiefs.
conversation,
Yeah.
he was
he was a
He
nice
come out there,
dude.
his sleeves was always rolled up, and you know I didn't know who the hell he was, but I seen him all the time.
I remember I was on break going to the ad band,
Man, see-
and I saw him over there pruning flowers in the
Next
at
to
the
the- next
entrance
to
way
the
and
boat.
shit. Yeah,
You know why? His wife bought him that boat.
Are you
That's
serious?
the boat off the movie Showboat. His wife bought him that boat as a birthday gift.
no shit.
You know what I'm
gift
saying?
shop.
That
Big white
river
boat.
boat
It's like
is
the
a
big white
real
blue
river
boat.
boat that used to sit in
Yeah,
there.
right by the gift shop.
His
that big
wife
ass
bought.
blue
They
sit
bought
there.
him like that.
Yeah, right in the corner.
She bought him a showboat, and it's from that movie, The Showboat.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And he bought him that. Now every time he used to come in, the
History
grounds crew
facts.
used to
History
clean the
fact shop.
shit out of it.
Oh
yeah.
So one day I'm cleaning the shit out of it. This is my brush with a billionaire. I'm cleaning the shit and mopping the shit out of the boat. It's hot. I'm sweating or whatever it is. He up on there. He, like you said, he have his clipboard or he be doing something real dainty with some flowers. But he
He's
wasn't
everyday
real
dude.
invasive.
Yeah.
But you could tell if he's talking to people, wasn't no violent ass talk. He'd be talking to customers, employees. He was a real ass
And-
person.
And
True.
the most beautiful thing about him I never saw him with security.
Never.
No.
By his damn self.
No, he wasn't always by himself when I saw him, but it was always just people with him. It was like, females and males, but they wasn't.
But
a whole bunch of-
yeah,
Yeah,
but it wasn't. Yeah,
it might be
no,
one or
they
two
wasn't like
brown
body.
tags.
But it was
But
John
John
Brown.
Brown
There's
tags.
just
Sometimes
Booty
you walk
check
around
might
with no
have been with him.
security.
Yeah.
Right,
You know
with
what
the
I mean?
security
Something like
detail.
that.
Right.
That's
But-
his buddy from Dallas.
Yeah.
That's how he got the job as
I used to
general
see him
manager
more
of
often
the
than I
Chiefs.
saw Lamar Hunt.
They buddies from Dallas. But here to end it all up, after I'm sweating and he see me doing all this, he goes, "Hey, you know about this boat, right?" And I go, "Yeah, I know. It's a gift from your wife." You know what I mean? I tell him that this. He goes, "Don't worry about it. I don't much like it." Real soft like.
Blew your head up.
Real soft like. Don't worry. Don't even stop. Just
Yeah, man.
real soft like though.
My
You know what
encounter
I'm
with
saying?
dude, my first encounter with dude, like I was cleaning up, and it was a whole bunch of people out there, man. And I don't think people even recognized him, but he was out there, and I was picking stuff up, and 115, 120 degrees.
Let's
sweat
make it
everywhere.
125. What
You know what I'm saying?
It's been 20 plus years. We can have it.
100 grill plus 5.
Depending on what part of the park you at.
I'm just
That
saying.
son.
He had come up. He had walked up, and the stuff I'm getting to, like I'm picking stuff up, tying up bags, tying up big ass trash bag. He walks up. He steps over into the enclosure because it had the fence around the trees and stuff. He steps over there, picks up some stuff that people had thrown up in there, walks over to me and gave me the trash. But it was like something, because you know what I'm saying. There's a thing that white folks give you some shit. You be like, oh fuck.
Hey, nah, he gave
know
it
what
to
I'm
you
saying?
like, here you
But
go.
he
I'm helping
gave
you.
it to you like,
gave it
you know
to
what I'm saying, like
Respectfully.
Right.
I feel what you're going through.
You're like, man, that's bullshit.
Thanks for
dog.
doing what
I-
you're doing. I
thank you, dog.
appreciate
Yeah.
you.
This is a 60 plus year old man at this time too,
right.
probably.
If
Cause they hit you with some of that coming to
Yeah, he
America.
was definitely
Remember
about
when,
60.
when dude threw the milk.
Because he could have done that, you know?
Hey, take care of this woman.
He could have done that. That was
He could have.
Scary dude.
Right.
And what was I gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Go back to costumes, get it.
Nah, Mr. Hunt really did
Yeah, man.
care for his employees.
Yeah.
And he understood that it took every employee there to make that place run. And he was like, the place really ran smoothly 98% of the time.
Of course.
I said he was the reason why it
functioned.
We took care of that place because we love that dude, man.
And the 2% of the time would be like, hey, we can't open the Orient Express just yet because it's lightning, or we
Be truthful. It's the Zambezi singer that broke that.
nigga.
Go to that route.
that sucker was never
It's
working
as-
right, boy.
Oh, never.
It's
I mean,
as painful as a
wait to get on
McDonald's
that mother
ice cream
all day.
machine.
Don't
Zambezi
Don't break
Zinger was the ultimate crapshoot.
Crapshoot.
Oh my.
The first time I rode that thing, I was like, hey man, where the seatbelts?
I said the same thing. I was reaching and stuff. I said,
We ain't got no seatbelts for real. And we
Roll
got
dog, roll
and
dog.
That's that hold her tight
we gotta sit
roller coaster. You supposed
shotgun.
Yeah, you guys get shot.
I'm with one of my older cousins,
Yeah.
so I'm not happy.
You supposed to ride down with somebody like.
Wrong. I'm a single rider.
Well,
I'm a single rider.
I don't even know if I was. I don't even know if I was quote unquote big enough to ride. Because oh man, but I was like, we going up and around in a circle. I'm like,
Is this bug gonna throw
hey
me off
man,
of
we
here?
really ain't got no seatbelts.
Right. You still trying to figure that mystery out of way up top.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe they gonna like pop out. Hell, the shush boomer. Y'all remember the shush boomer?
remember the shush boomer.
The shush boomer had seatbelts.
Yep.
It did. It was dangerous.
Zambezi
It
Zinger
was
did
very
not have
dangerous.
seatbelts. How is this happening, man? And then we,
I remember the first hill.
They had the best. Yeah. They used to throw the best parties for the employees, man. They closed the park down.
Oh,
And
man.
they choose a section, and like that section would stay open, and all the employees got to go there and ride all the rides and do all the shit for free, just over and over.
Test them.
Man, yeah. And then when they open up the one with the part, like was it Studio 54?
Exit 54.
Exit 54.
yeah.
That's where you knew you was about to get your Mac on.
You
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I
would get off work just in time.
But
But
enough. I don't think it was 1,000. Oh, it's big ass too.
How many people you think it was, man? How many people you think it took to run that park?
Well over 500. I'm talking about in
500?
the tent, in the Fest House tent.
About
500.
In the Exit 54 tent?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
the whole
just
park in
in the
general.
whole park.
Oh,
Like,
no, the whole park.
the whole
Oh,
park.
Oh, no, the whole
park in the
party.
disco.
About 750.
The whole party.
The whole,
Disco
oh shit! I
54.
couldn't tell you how many people it was for the whole park was probably about at least 1,500 a day.
Oh no. Employees
no.
was almost that. An average day at Worlds of Fun was
I'm just saying
over
employees.
10,000. If
No,
there was
yeah,
less
just
than
employees.
10,000 people, customers in that
Oh,
park,
they-
it looked
they-
like a really slow day.
Oh, dude, I remember
On
days
Wednesday
where
rain or
days
something.
there was like 55,000 people, like your red nights and your 4th of July.
I remember days where I'd be like,
people.
it'd be
and
4
be
o'clock.
congested.
and the silver tag, one of my silver tags come by, and he'd be like, "Hey, Laurante, how you doing? You good?" And I'd be like, "Man, it's kind of slow today. What is it, about 8,000 in the park?" And he'll be like, "Hey, how'd you know?"
Yeah, like I said, 10,000 is a
Yeah,
slow day.
you can tell. I'll be like, you know, I
That's Monday or
just kind of,
Tuesday up in that peak.
and I jokingly said, Orient ain't running as often.
That's why you had more people taking cocaine
because you gotta have so many people to even.
Wait.
You couldn't run the Orient Express
You
unless
didn't
you
see
had
that
so many
line
people.
peeking
Yeah,
at the bottom
That
butt
sucker
of that.
wouldn't make it all the way around.
Yeah, so I'm like, Orient ain't running as often. So
Dude, the line, if I even said
like-
the line had a line, I'd turn right back around. It's like, I'm not about to stand in that line. Because I used to hate that. And then some of the time you go out there and then you see, when the goons got whiff of it, and then you start seeing them coming out there, the line jumping like, in
Man, that was
rotation.
only like
On
two,
Mondays.
like you said, Worlds
You
of
can go out
Fun
there what you
only
want to.
ran bad 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So grad night, when people want
Oh.
to get out of hand, it's a bad place to be.
grad night could get rough, rugged.
Well,
Real quick, like
Hey,
you be like,
but-
man, why y'all
but
tripping?
it never got to the point. Hey, our grad nights, yeah, it was some scuffles and rumbles, but not to the point to where
Nah,
you
it
look
was
on
more-
TV
No, here you
lately,
go.
and
It
they
was more
have
thievery.
half the
And
city.
Yeah, it was
people
more-
going to jail
yeah,
on
it's
grad
more-
night than actual fight.
Oh, yeah.
I
Trying to-
actually saw
Trying to
in my
steal
life.
fucking
I saw
stuffed animals
more-
and shit.
Yeah, I
Right.
actually saw more people
Look, baby, I
getting
bought you this
pulled off
bear.
by
I won
rangers
this
and
for you.
cops on grad night than I done actually seen. Oh,
Catching cases
that
up in
was
Clay
that one
County.
big fight. That
I mean, it was
time.
one fight, but
Already.
You know what
that
I'm
was
saying?
and really that was the only big fight that I could think of.
Right.
Because even like, I went to Lincoln, and like even when we see cats from like Central or Northeast or West or wherever else,
Yeah.
we just be like, "What's up?"
it's
but
like-
not
it's like
not
straight
it
up.
was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
shit. It was
it's like
yeah, it
straight
was
up.
like
It
shit.
wasn't like
Yeah,
we were
not-
meleeing around there.
We had a rivalry, but the rivalry was about schools. You know what I'm saying? It was
Didn't y'all ride out there together? Like they had a bunch of buses and stuff that took a lot of people out there.
some schools did.
Some schools did.
Nah,
There was some programs
but us
that
hood
had-
schools,
Whoever
nah.
signed everybody up. 'Cause
Well, that was
everybody-
sometimes in. You talking about the ride share program?
It was like a
Yeah,
ride-
Oh yeah,
some-
no, there was some ride
there
share.
was a few
Yeah.
different
Oh, you talking about like
buses
the
that took
FEC
neighborhoods
for
there, yeah.
work for employees?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to ride the FEC van from time to time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pulled some chicks off that FC.
Oh yeah, man, shit. Look, you know what I'm saying? It was some central. There was some central.
They got jobs.
Central
Right.
stops.
Right.
like,
Benefits.
They own?
The crazy thing is, if you don't take nothing else from like everything that we've been
Important
saying,
solvency. At a
we
young
actually,
age, I was
like-
thinking you were the one.
Right.
we lived
Something
the
like
80s
you.
movie,
Going to
man.
work all the time, babe. I got you.
We lived the '80s movie, dog. Like everything you see in '80s movies,
Yeah.
and house and stuff.
You got that it was fun.
Well, think about it, dude. Y'all, I mean, you guys already come from the hood, was already seeing an outside world. This before even most of us. I mean, we know how to drive. You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't drive that far out of your neighborhood.
Yeah, and I was driving that 15.
And then you
Never.
didn't drive a whole nother way when you met some other people. Like I said, there was no way we should have been lost and on that train
Right.
bridge. Were you there for that 4th of July when the Roman candle went off upside down? Yeah. No way we should have been in Lawson, Missouri in somebody's pea field hanging out on a bridge or trestle that just went over train tracks that
Five
went
niggas
through the
tops.
field. Ain't no sides on this shit.
5 niggas tops out of 20 people.
Man, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here. Richard, Jason, Patrick, maybe Jason's sister, Richard's sister, Onion Head.
No, that one.
That
girl
might be
sang.
5.
That one girl, remember she was the same.
5 black people.
That's the same chick.
Well, that ain't Onion Head. You're right. She had no talent. I'm calling her cruel. Hey, we were cruel as children. Don't be
Trust, I understand.
I know
very-
it, but
Very.
I I understand.
We put
Trust.
ourselves.
We come from
put
that Crow
ourselves
Ain't no
in
way
those
we should be
goofy-ass
hanging out
white
there.
people. And they was cool, and you know they would show us stuff that kids from Wyandotte County wasn't really
Right.
seeing. Like,
That's
we
we talked about that because
crazy, boy.
I can
I
remember
played
we was in
golf
school.
for the
We was
first
going
time
to
with the dude we was in
what
his
was
field.
it? Y'all remember
He took
Club
me on a golf
Energies?
trip.
You remember
Oh,
Energies
yeah.
and Danny's and Ocean's Club?
Ocean Club.
So we already late 80s.
Pogos.
Pogos. We going
Everybody
to.
get silent
Hey.
when you say the name.
Oh, y'all,
Pogo.
hey, the fact that everybody in there just said,
Stars.
see what I'm saying?
Stars.
But
Yeah.
y'all understood we were getting out of our element going to these places. No, we didn't even shouldn't have had our black asses as these places.
No, we should have.
Man,
And
But
should
we
have
were-
been
but-
there a long time ago.
But we were going through that
It was even that,
experience that you were
stigma
learning life on
when
the
I
way.
went to
of where you should
Pogos,
be going.
we kicked it.
And I'm telling you, it was a lot of beautiful women back then.
Yeah, so Pogos was a spot.
Beautiful.
Because that's
Because-
where you met all the J.O. chicks.
Beautiful.
Well, that, but also, Pogos was a spot where hood niggas really wasn't going to.
No.
So therefore, I can have some fun.
Yeah, they were still going to the
Yeah.
party house.
Right.
You know,
A couple of them, but not.
hey, man, hey, they were going to
But not.
party house.
But you know,
Oh,
you.
The roadway.
It's enough of them really like, come on,
Roadway.
cuz, we all good out here, and be like, yeah, it's all good, I probably would know most of them,
Right.
the couple of them that would be out there, so I wouldn't be sweating them. But Pogos was a spot. Now toward the end of Pogos,
well, that's when the hood came out and just yeah. But all of us who got an early
shit, I tell you
back on
another
all these
spot.
clubs-
I used to get some chicks that was Nefertiti's.
Nefertiti's off of a.
Yeah, I used to like hood bitches, man.
I ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
But you gotta get some beautiful hood, not
Hey, you know,
not
hey,
level
I'm
one
not-
ratchet.
you
It's
know,
about
At the time,
I just want to make sure
you know,
that
good hood chicks got square up with you when it's time to go down.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, we all been there.
No,
I got chased with a couple of breaks.
Okay, I had my
Got thread
pistol.
with a blade. Had a 4-5
I
on my
plan on
head.
using other people's pistols
had 'em
against
all.
them. We reaching for the same thing, brother. I don't know why you reaching for that.
That's
For
why,
that
like
too.
what Cook said, I had to
you for
start
showing me
going
where yours
outside
is
my
at.
element. I was like, man, there's got to be something better out here than this. This
He
is
get you a
not the
trick
way.
move. He reach for this. He reach for this.
I got your food, mama. And then when you start going
Kick you.
outside of
I'm gonna
places
kick you now.
like Johnson County, and then I start experimenting going out to North Kansas City and going to different spots where it's like mixed. Now you see Asian, Japanese.
Man.
After that, I've never dated another chick back in the county again. I said, oh, it's over.
Now I'll tell you,
You used to find yourself being out.
North Kansas City was where I had a hard time kicking
I think we
it.
all
man.
in that age of enlightenment for Kansas City.
Yeah.
Realizing that, you know what I'm saying, there's two different sides of the state line. It was a Mason-Dixon line. So you do
True.
realize people from Missouri have a different mentality than people from Kansas.
Yeah.
And when we started, you know what I mean, driving and coming to our own as young adult men,
Yup.
we got to go way further
yeah.
out
Oh,
than
yeah.
our parents ever got to venture.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And we enforced it.
Right.
Oh, man.
Hey,
To find your way back.
it started.
Wow.
It
We've
started
done that
turning-
before.
How about
Me
this
and this cat.
They
Looking
start turning
like
to club
24
tricks and
Highway
club-
goes to State
club-
Avenue.
club rendezvous
Let's
to
just go that
college.
way towards the west.
How about this one?
Then
My
we
parents
set
ain't
the
even
bar
from
higher.
here.
We said, okay.
Yeah.
Then I started experiencing going with older cousins because I had older cousins who were in fraternities. Now my cousin takes me on my first. He takes me on my first alpha ride. I'm like, okay, I'll go with y'all. He takes me up to KU. Now, the level of women what I'm seeing is like, oh, high school is shit. Now I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing growing. Now I'm like, oh, there's more out there like this.
There's more than Wyandotte County.
right, dude?
There's
Your
more than
mentality
Jackson
changes. That's what I'm saying.
when
You
you
start
looking at that-
experiencing, man.
Get them walls.
Oh, look. When I was at Lincoln until my junior year of until senior high school. We moved out to Grandview.
That's what Grandview was.
And it
Well,
was all right.
What's what Grandview had? Oh, Grandview had some things. They had some,
I don't know.
some back then. In the
See,
80s.
back in well, this was 91, 92. Back then, I was I'd only been to school with black folk.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? All my teachers have been black. Predominantly, even at
It was a
Lincoln.
culture shock.
Yeah, even at Lincoln, like 70% of my teachers were black. So getting out to Grandview and it being a flip of, predominantly black to
Predominantly white.
predominantly not black.
I had the opposite flip going to high school.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that prepared me for college.
Did you tell your mom the first day I can't go to school with all these white people?
I had a different experience than most people did my senior year of high school. Because I was a Lincoln, I'd already had enough credit to graduate high school like
Early.
halfway through my through junior year.
Yeah.
So I was only in high school because I wanted to be
in high school.
Right.
to kick it with my peoples.
I went to high school half a day my whole senior year.
Because I was going because that's why I was because that's why I was one of the late cats on Wars of Fun.
Yeah, what?
I had like 4-5 gym classes my senior year.
Man, do it too.
Yes, that's why I was one of the late cats at Wars of Fun.
Right.
Because I was doing summer school, so I did summer school every year, and that built up. And I knocked a whole gang of shit, a bunch of shit out. Mm-hmm. Next thing I know, counselors telling me, well, if you want, you can graduate.
Yeah, you got all your English.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna just lounge and kick it. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Senior year, I'm gonna live the movie life. Senior year,
7 shop classes.
You straight Tom Cruise, risky business.
Quarter of a
I mean, I was still gonna
give classes.
I was still gonna be at Lincoln, so I was still gonna have classes.
You need a lot.
But so I'm out. So that doesn't happen. So I go to Grandview, and they tell me that because it's my first year in the district, I can't graduate early. I can't.
Because Grandview's in a different district.
Yeah, than Lincoln.
Lincoln's
Lincoln's in the KC district.
But all your credits counted though.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had everything. I had everything. I still had everything. So I was like, okay, since I'm here, fuck it, let me take some actual classes. So I was like, I'm looking through, and they only had like 4 classes that I could actually take and get credit for.
Okay, Lincoln was a prep school back then.
Yeah,
still. Yeah. So you was already above Grandview. Don't act like Grandview and Hickman Mills had a better school district. They did.
I didn't. I mean, I
He was way above that.
Yeah, way above that.
So I was like, man, all right, so I'm gonna take band. I already took band. I was taking band all through at Lincoln. I'm a band nerd. So I'll take band. I'm gonna take advanced math.
Okay. It wasn't advanced as what you was having probably.
Oh no, it was actually like advanced math, like like pre algebra.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of pre-algebra type stuff. I was supposed to be taking calculus or calculus 2 or some shit. So I was like, I couldn't. They didn't have it because they couldn't. Because not only could I not graduate early, I couldn't do a half day and go take classes at Longview. I couldn't do the college correspondence shit that they had.
They weren't trying to help any.
I couldn't do a half day work study. I couldn't even go to the Votech and learn how to do cars for a half day. I had to be in. Since it was my first year in the district, I had to be in the building the entire day.
Oh man!
My senior year of high school. So
yeah, basically. So they weren't trying to advance you any. They had 4 classes that might advance you
because
from the school.
You ready for the penitentiary?
That you had.
Right.
So
This where you gonna be.
my senior year, second, third, and fourth quarters of my senior year, I had band first hour, study hall second hour, study hall third hour, study hall fourth hour.
23-hour lockdown.
Study hall
That's
fifth
what I was about
hour.
to say. It's just like being locked
Man,
down.
you had a lot of forced hall passes or something, man.
You had to have a stack
Well,
of
study hall would
passes.
switch from room.
Yeah, switch
different
from room to room. I know you wasn't hanging out.
I hope you had some.
studying.
I hope
only
you had some
one
hall
class, but you
passes.
studying
I know you had a
something.
stack of hall passes in your
Nigga,
pocket
man.
somewhere.
And then second semester, I went ahead and took a econ class that I wasn't going to get credit for because I'd already taken it like freshman year. But one of my homeboys was in it, and I only knew like 3 people out there. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna have a class with one of my homeboys." Oh man, I turned that class out because I knew all the answers.
They treat you like
You should start selling them.
the teacher loved me because he was one of the coaches. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm just saying he was one of the coaches. But he'd be like, "Hey, if Austin can pass this quiz, we'll just say everybody passed the quiz."
Shit. He's like, Austin, he already had.
And I'll be like, "All right, what's the quiz?" And he, asked me like 4 or 5 questions, and I'd rattle off good, decent sized statements about him, and he'd be like, "Well, you could have just said this, but what you said was way better. You could have, yeah, we're all good. You all understand this stuff,
understand.
Right.
He's just passing the buck.
Yeah, he was like, we had to do a project where we had to sell something. We had to create a physical product and actually sell it. So we created mugs for the seniors.
Yeah.
That's when the senior class found out that I was a senior because I ain't have any classes with these motherfuckers. So they was like, they thought I was a sophomore because they
ain't never seen
me before.
But you look bigger than a freshman.
Yes. Well, they didn't have freshmen at the time. It was 10, 11, 12.
Oh,
Yes,
they did have a
No,
junior.
it's freshman
they had
now.
Middle school, they had junior high.
But they had junior high.
That was the difference between when like KCMO went to magnet schools and all that.
Right.
They broke away from junior high, which would have been 7th or 6th.
Because Missouri y'all went to, didn't they go to...
Well,
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Well, the freshman,
right.
With junior high.
With junior high, right.
Well, middle school, yeah. Middle school was 6th, 7th, and
middle
8th.
school in Kansas like some years before.
Because I think what they was telling me, it used to be like 7th. Well, it was 6th to 7th.
When
then it
we
used to
were
be
in
8th,
like
9th,
4th
10th.
and 5th grade, that's when it changed. When we were in elementary school in Kansas, there was actually a 6th grade. Because I remember there not being a 6th grade class at some point in my elementary school.
our 4th grade year.
And so you know what's crazy?
Bingo. I'll call it right around there.
Our
You know what I
4th
mean?
grade year,
And
there
then
was
you
no
guys
6th
followed
grade
suit
in
maybe a
elementary
couple of
school.
years after that in Missouri proper.
That's when
And
they switched
Ruskin
over
and all them,
to
or whatever they call
to
that,
6th,
the
7th,
Hickman
and
Mills.
8th. Hickman Mills, yeah.
Yeah, they fought, they behind times, just like you describing, man. They really talking about they a good school, but they wasn't teaching them kids shit.
Well, the Hickman Mills was its own district, but Grandview was its own district. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, don't me
And you know
So I
what's
was-
crazy? That's before...
I met some
Same-
dummies from
same-
Hickman Mills too, so.
Hey, it's a few of them.
It's
You know what I'm saying? For real.
But you know what?
You know
What's
what
crazy is because
Like
before I moved here...
But we have like a Turner District 202, and
Piper,
then we got like Toganazi around
Baser,
there.
and all that.
All them schools been caught cheating on tests, trying to get their kids around. You know what I mean? While the city schools look bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? While Kansas City, Kansas sits there with Sumner. A few years ago was like the number 6th ranked high school in the nation. You know what I mean? And the 5 above it were all private schools. But you don't talk about that. Only reason I know is because my daughter went there and she was like, "Look at this," and I was like, "What the shit?" I didn't know. But you know what I mean? It's a ways, you know what I mean, that they
And you know what's
say
crazy
that
is
you're in a
because-
great district, but a lot of them, as you've seen, as you've lived your life, hey boy, y'all watch your paint dry.
I went to school all year round.
Well,
Y'all didn't even know to walk away. Just come on back.
it-
Nah, 'cause I
I'm
say,
not
because
gonna-
I went to Ruskin and I missed 71 days my senior year and still
They
graduated.
let you go through.
Well, because just like P, I had because I went to Rockhurst freshman year, and then I transferred. So yeah, so like there was classes that I couldn't take either. So my senior year, I was work study.
Man.
Y'all showing me.
Yeah, there's 71 of them. They was just like, yeah, get this nigga up out of here.
Yeah, now,
That's
now,
what I'm saying.
had I been a product of the Grandview School District, it probably was a great, you know what I'm saying, situation.
Right.
But because, it was my first year.
They treated you like you was on your way to prison.
Well, no, what I was,
They were just shipping people.
Well, you got to remember...
what I became was a show pony.
Yeah, you the smartest kid.
yeah.
You were the smartest kid.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be there.
And you're
Yeah,
black.
I didn't have to be there. And
Calvin might not know, I made it to every day of high school. By the time I was a senior, I wasn't there every day of high school.
He already graduated early. He was done.
Nah, not that I graduated, but you know what I mean? You have things and you have this and you was in this, so you had a job or whatever, 15 hours a week you were there, this. But man, they didn't care if you was in class. If you were,
Nah,
if
they
they
didn't.
knew that he can make that test.
Right.
Whatever the test day, he making us an A.
Right.
You understand when them standardized tests come around, he's not one
You know
of
what
the ones that fail.
You know what's crazy?
All
I
you
went
gotta
to school
do is
all
what
year
Bobby
round.
says, not cut up
in
in
Los
class.
Angeles.
They don't want to see
So
you there
everything
again.
that I had that I learned out there because
So,
you graduate
yeah,
early
71
because
days
you
I
go to
believe.
school all year round. The
I
only
was
time you
there
get off is
every day.
like a
Was
month
not
off.
there for every class. I skipped
And-
class damn near every day.
They
My senior year.
when I got here, that's when they still had that. What was it? The CB, the California Basic Test, whatever.
Skills test.
Right.
We had that.
Iowa-
We had an
So
Iowa
we
basic
test-
skills
Yeah, I
test.
said
Is
Iowa,
what we
yeah.
had. You were coming from
ITPS.
California,
Right. I had already did all of that stuff.
Man,
before
we had a
then.
crazy test in Kansas. They had like math objectives that you started taking in 6th grade.
Sixth grade. Yep.
And it's just like 35 different math
The electives.
skills.
You remember
But
that?
if you don't pass them, they don't give you a diploma.
Yeah.
They don't make you take the whole test. They only make you take what you didn't pass.
You didn't pass.
So it's like a rite of passage. You took this in 6th grade. Maybe one person done aced them all. He ain't got to take that one.
You got all the way to your
7th
senior
grade, you'll say you whittled it down to, you say, all right, so now you down to, it's a hard test, so you ain't down to half the school, but you down to a good 30%. Ain't even taking the test, looking at y'all like y'all dummies. Now, when you're a senior and there's a cat up in there trying to figure out what a fraction is.
They- that's why you couldn't get a lot of cash back then to stay eligible, man. Because they
No,
couldn't.
it's sad on the school system.
It
I'm
is.
laughing at the cat that couldn't figure out that 25% is a quarter. You know what I'm saying? It's this
I
or
might be
that.
wrong, but I feel like when we graduated, it was somebody in the graduating class that was like 20 or 21.
Oh, we had a few of them.
Oh, sure.
At least, no, we had a couple I know for a fact of 19.
I could, yeah.
I know there was a cat with a beard that was 20 plus years old. Full beard. Full beard.
And,
Full beard.
and a 7
Gray hair, bald spot.
They got twins.
They didn't let him, we wonder why he can't play football no more.
A family.
He ran out his
A family.
eligibility.
This nigga was driving in the 8th grade, man.
No,
I was saying, I remember a
Hold
dude pulling up in the 8th
we
grade.
actually had a dude that drove, and then he played the first 2 games our 8th grade year, and then the district found out, and it was like, nah, this nigga can't.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
You're
too old, right?
Just because you're still here, you can't play with them.
This nigga just did a shift in
Like-
the Burger King.
Like, dude was real 16, and his sister was 2 years younger than him, and they was both 8th graders.
Man,
But he
high
was
school
driving
was the
school.
best 6
It was
years
wild.
of his life.
Man.
And then he got serious about the last 2.
Knocked it on out. He partied the first 6.
Oh, man.
They changed and took a lot of that stuff out there. Well, because of that
Man.
no child
No,
left
no,
behind
not
law
even.
when they
Man,
passed.
you can say a
Nah,
lot.
this was before that, though.
It was before that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they used to give parents a choice.
Oh,
They
yeah.
used to give your parent a choice. Hey, your son or daughter has not had enough to pass. Oh, my fault. I'm about to step away.
Oh, you good.
But your child or daughter did not get the credits to go on. Do you want them to just move them forward?
And
And
they'd
they
be
just
like,
move you
They used to do
forward.
that?
They move you all the way through, and you just got a little bit blank box. You graduate,
or at least
you
they,
got blank
So it was a
everything.
or at least they used to do that in grade school. I don't know if they did that in
came.
Reagan.
I ain't gonna say his name.
Reaganomics.
He was a basketball player over in Wyandotte County, dog.
That was one of the many examples, just like the dude.
Well, I'm
that-
just saying he was the straw, you know. And once he got to a point where he went, you know, to a big league university, balled up, and they found out he couldn't read, you know.
He couldn't read.
And they changed and we was coming up at that time, so all the rules changed. Because I remember like the biggest thing it affected me with was like when we was in the 7th grade, 8th grade. You couldn't play football in middle school until you was in the 8th grade back in them days. You had to be in the 8th grade.
It's like being redshirted almost.
Right.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to the 8th grade, that had come through to where like, oh, we're embarrassed. Wyandotte County done put this dude through because they passed this dude through all the way, you know. And they was embarrassed. So they was like, everybody got to have a certain GPA, and that cut out everybody on our team.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had like 50 people on the team. It whittled it down to 13.
Yeah,
We had one game maybe.
you look at the town in general, like between both sides of the river, it was a lot of talent that could have came out, but like you're saying, a lot of them couldn't make it out. They couldn't number one, stay eligible just to even suit up and play. And number two was, like you said, when it came time for the big rivalry games, they couldn't play. Or even, like you said, get draftable because they couldn't graduate. So.
Oh, man. Yeah. I come from a family of educators, so I think that was one reason school was a little easier for me.
Right. My mama had her foot on my neck.
And they were all, it was some of that too. It was some of that too.
Man, I was fascinated by shit.
It's threats, pimp.
I know. I often think
I'm serious about mine.
That's wrong with these kids.
Place, right? Area. If I had grown up in New York, if I had grown up in California, if I had grown up in anywhere else that tried to make something of a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But growing up here, man, it puts you in this box where you can't really shine like you want to because wasn't nobody trying to hear that. It was like you had to kind of stay in your place, and I wasn't never one to live like that. But I wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? My talent didn't put me out there to where people was targeting me either. Right. I was mid range and everything. But I was a talented motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I was smart.
They'd have a lot of recruits coming back.
Cool to me to know some shit you don't know.
Yeah.
No matter what you said about me in school, nigga, you was a dumb motherfucker to me. And that was always my thing. I was in the 6th grade the first time I heard some white boys talk, and I was sitting in my chair. They was before class. They was behind me. It was 4 of them, and they was one of them was they was telling jokes. My daddy told me a joke. What's your joke? How do you hide something from a nigger? You put it in a book, and they bust out laughing. And it took me a minute.
That's a good one.
First experience of racism.
I didn't get it.
Right.
It wasn't my first experience, but it was
You didn't get that one.
Right, but
That one was over your head.
It took me a minute.
Right.
But when I finally okay,
that's a good one.
And I turned around, I remember saying something to him. I can't remember how it started, but it offended the shit out of me, and I didn't really know why. You know, but I always been because when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a reader so bad, man. I used to beg people, I drag if you was growing up in my house and I was a little boy, I was gonna bring something to you at some point and be like, hey, yeah, read that to me. Read that to me. And people was always people would do it, but then there was times people wasn't, and then the times where I'd be man, you know what? Don't worry about it.
I had
figure it out.
I had a little cousin like you, but he wouldn't bring cool shit. He would bring
Jet magazine.
the encyclopedia.
Oh, okay.
I'd be like, hey, dude, this is the D through G of the encyclepedia.
Thesaurus. A thesaurus.
What of this do you want to know? What specific bit of information
I want to know
that
all
is
of it.
revolving between D and G that you feel you need to have?
The conversation shifts to autism.
Oh no, not back then.
Yeah, we didn't have the word for it, man.
Dogs to
He wasn't right.
But I was bringing peanuts.
He was off.
Charlie Brown. I just want to know what Beetle Bailey had
Oh,
to say.
my other little cousins would bring that, but this one would bring motherfucking Rand McNally. Why did you bring why we reading road maps? I mean, I can read a road map. I can where you want to go. What are we? Are we on a journey now? Is that what you're trying to tell me? What?
He was intrigued, man.
My mom used to give me dictionaries for my birthday.
Oh yeah, I got a leather bound.
Nice ones.
Yeah, leather
Thick
bound
ones. Read words.
with the gold you know what I'm saying, edging on around the outside of
The real thick ones.
Peanut gallery.
Yeah.
On the pages and shit.
Yeah, he used to
Now,
be this guy.
I remember I took that motherfucker to college with me freshman year, and I busted it out on my roommate in my room, and he was like, "Oh, your mama got you one too." I was like, "Yeah." We went to high school together. I think our mamas had probably talked about it and got us both one. I'm pretty sure his mama was the one that talked my mama into getting them.
Nah, I got one that 9, 10.
Oh, I used to get regular dictionaries then.
You know, the nice ones. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "You're done."
But this one I got
Learn some words.
I kept asking for a cookbook, and they was like, "Nah, we ain't got no cookbook. I got this Malcolm X autobiography." I'm like, I can cook with that, but that's all good. But I would still like to be able to, provide some sustenance for myself as I venture out here into the world as a young adult.
It's all you need.
Just
So key.
here's the only thing you need to know is the white man is the devil. I think I kind of already had an understanding, an overstanding. I really just would like to be able to make sure that I'm cooking something right, or fairly right, or even how to cook it. I don't know. I may see something I like. I don't know. I'm young. My taste buds is busting. Well, I think that they were concerned with a dude wanting to cook,
Man,
and I was like, shit. Most chefs are dudes,
homophobic tendencies.
and I was like, shit. Fuck that. I'm good. I like cooking.
I learned that stuff early.
I was just saying that's not even a gay trait though.
I like eating.
No, but us growing up back then, most of our mamas taught us to cook, clean.
Men did things
we
outside, women
we
did things
outside the box
inside.
That we
Women
weren't
a crazy
prepared for,
thing.
And a lot
My
of us
third
could do
grade
that.
teacher told me that most great chefs are men.
I learned to cook 'cause I like to eat.
Right, I like to
it
eat.
wasn't no cold. It wasn't no woman man thing in my house.
He said-
'Cause my old man could burn just as well. as
Yeah, I
my
would say
mama could.
my pops was the cook.
You know what I'm saying?
See, my
My
mom
father know
taught
what
me
he doing,
because
boy.
we was just me and her. But she was getting me prepared so that way, because none of my other friends, everybody else in the hood couldn't cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking full course meals already.
Yeah,
14.
right. Yep.
They coming over my house like, well,
Yeah.
you make something today? The rest of them had to wait for parents. I was already being able to cook, but I understood why she was teaching these, clean it. Separate your whites from your colors. Boy, don't wash them colors in no doggone hot. You're going to burn through, they're going to bleed.
Right.
Make sure you don't put a bunch of bleach in the water. You make your shirt yellow. These are all things that, being
Oh yeah,
taught.
I learned that bleach thing the hard way.
Yeah. You know that white tea turned into dingy brown
You
real
thought
quick.
extra bleach was gonna be extra clean.
Extra-
Start itching on your skin. It'd be so hot. You like,
Hey, or you feel like you came from oceans of fun, you scratching, you got all that chlorine, you got that chlorine.
Don't be outside playing in it.
get a little sweaty, boy. It might get hot on you, boy.
Hey, that chlorine, I'm telling you. Yeah.
What's happening? What's going on? I don't know what.
Remember in elementary school, that dude walked in class and all this shit peaked.
Yeah.
Cause his mama didn't know what she was doing.
Nah, he did his own.
No, it was him.
He was late to the gate. He blamed it on his mom in elementary.
He threw that red T-shirt. He threw that red shirt in the laundry at the last second. Now didn't look in to see what was in there.
Yeah. Put it off on his
damn.
mama. Don't be doing that.
Well, I didn't do laundry in elementary school.
I know that was your.
I learned this, but I learned it because I used to watch dudes, and like we be in school, like high school. I used to tell some of the other dudes, like, "Ain't you supposed to mix it?" Nah, man, I know what I'm doing. Just dump it all together inside the machine and then just watch. Shirt be all drawn up.
Yeah, that's
You
how
like-
I did. And when college, you realize whose mamas was doing a little
Yeah,
bit. too much.
you know who niggas.
Niggas stand out like a sore thumb in college, boy. Like, you can't take care of yourself.
You can't take care of
Wait, when you know you got 3 loads,
Right.
why would you not?
Hey, that's what you figured out. I was
You
like,
only
nigga,
had
you
money
take
for
care
one
of
load.
yourself.
I was like Cal, you know.
All
That's
the
what
money.
clown.
Because
Hey, and you know back then women look at
I
stuff
was
like
6
that.
years
That's when
old
you
one day.
start
and
like
I
dating
was
stuff.
in my mama room, and my mama when she was asleep, she was. That's the best time to ask her, Mama, can I go outside and play in the street? You know what I'm saying? Yes.
That's
Here,
real.
go do something.
Realness.
I'm 6 years old. I'm
Real.
telling you this, right?
That is
So,
real, right?
I'm home by myself. I don't know where everybody else at, but I'm home by myself with her. She in the room. I'm like, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. She finally was like, go in there and make yourself something to eat.
Right.
And the covers was pulled way up here, so I knew she meant business, right? So I was like, okay. So I went there, 6 years old, pulled out a pan, wanted me some. I had just learned about over easy eggs. I had just learned about that.
Easy.
Yeah, y'all been keeping this from me. I need this in my life. That yolk, stick some bread in there. It wasn't nothing like. And then when you get to the end, you make the rest of it that little sandwich. I was all over that. So I had just learned about that like 2 or 3 days before that. So I'm about to make me some over easy eggs. I got me a pan, put the pan out, and I started making some eggs. And I dropped them suckers in there, but didn't nobody teach me nothing about no grease or no butter, you know? I fucked that pan up. That pan had to throw that sucker out. But I had me an egg, it was a little bit black on the other side. Hey, the yolk was a little bit broke, you know what I'm saying? But it was still a little bit, you know.
That's like when the iron skillets.
And I told you the story, didn't I? And I moved forward from that point on because I went from that to Mom and Daddy. Why y'all fries so fat? You know, can we have some skinnier French fries? Big fat ass steak fries. You bite into them, it still tastes like raw potato. Can we have some McDonald's fries, please? You want some fries? They were making it yourself. They was always trying to think they was being smart, but I was taking them literally like bet.
Please.
Right.
Learn how to chop them potatoes up. Next thing you know, I was making French fries. I still, to this day, I make the best French fries.
They don't sit. They ain't got that cold bite.
I'm just trying to tell you, just like McDonald's, but better. And next thing I started making from scratch like pancakes. Yep. You know, and once you hit like that level at the age of 8, you know what I'm saying? Now you know, we just make pancakes from scratch without recipes and stuff because you done memorized it.
Hey, that was a plus.
Yeah, I could do
that was a
whatever I
plus
wanted
with girls back then in school. Like,
you learn how valuable it is because when I got to college, girls was using that as like
bingo. That's
Oh,
ammo.
man, look.
That was ammo.
For the after party, after the after party, they be like, "What you about to do, P?" I'm like, "Shit, I'm about to go back to the apartment and cook some breakfast. What's up? What you about to do?"
Keyword.
He done weaponized breakfast.
Well, that audible again in the huddle.
I'm like, "Shit, I'm about to slide over here to Checkers real quick because that was the grocery store. It was over 24 hours, and we live right around the corner from there. I was like, "Shit, I'm about to slide over here to Checkers real quick and." Grab some eggs and bacon, some pancake mix.
You talking like that too?
And they be like, hash browns. Hey, it's like 4 in the morning. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. Shit, hey, you about to get, hey. If you still in my face at this point, this is the voice you gonna get.
They've already flicked those lights.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Flick those lights.
I'm just letting you know it's breakfast afterwards.
You asked me.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's I mean, you can slide through. You can get some breakfast. I got some special sausage for you.
Man, you gotta up your game. There's a dude out there giving goodie bags, boy.
Hey, I call it
see,
Jeter special. Send them home with
well, that's now. No, I still don't do that. But back then, all I had to do is be like, shit, I can cook breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, simpler times it was.
One in college.
One, back then,
I'm not going back to a dorm.
Number 2, yeah, okay, you had that.
So
Number
I had
2,
that.
You had food.
2, I may not have it, but I'm about to go get it.
You about to go get it.
But I'm about to go get it.
You had means to get food.
Right. So I'm
and
about
you
to
weren't talking about drive fast. We gotta go.
Right. Well, every once in a while, but you know. You're in college, you got to steal.
You got to.
Oh man,
You're not a college student.
Hey, don't you realize when you go to college, you broker than you are when you broke than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what you learn in college? Who to steal from.
Man,
I used to go down to Wendy's. Because I live close to a Wendy's. I used to go down to that Wendy's, man. And nigga, I swear to God, I didn't buy toilet paper all year long. And I ain't saying I stole more than one time. I stole one time. You know, I ain't got no big ass rolls and you sticking that thing. Nigga, I went up there, the closet was always unlocked. I just walked in there, grabbed me one, walked out. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't even buy a burger.
No. I was
Why?
Why? Ain't no burger money, nigga. I didn't even have toilet paper money.
KRS once said the girlies are free, but the crack costs money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what it costs.
The toilet paper was free, but the burgers cost money.
We had this game. We had this game we used to play. And I ain't ashamed to say this game because most of the girls that participated in it, they all know by now. It's been years, and we tell them because it's funny as shit. But I had this way of like getting them into competition about who made the better what. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like it was a comedian one time who talked about women. He was like, "I say you know, get them start playing with that, you know what I'm saying, and then get them to put their hand down there and let them start doing it, and then you just back off." You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? And they gonna take
Dolomite
and
stuff.
I found out that, but that's a whole nother story. What I'm saying is, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because you do that with them when they like going back and forth about my cornbread and my ribs and my this and my that. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like you for real? Because she said.
Right. She got the best read.
Yeah, and one time I went over and I was smelling some shit and it really smelled really good, so I don't know if I believe you. Man, we get out of 2 days and they be like, you know what I'm saying, 1 o'clock, my house, you know what I'm saying? And they just have a full course, and me and like my select fellas who I was, you know, was cool enough for me to take, we go over there and grub, and the next day, she ain't done shit. Come on to my house tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Bet. You know, and y'all, you know what I'm saying? We gonna grub.
Yeah, the sister.
Man, we grubbing like a motherfucker. And it worked every time. It worked every time, man.
Yeah, the sister.
Yeah, we had, because you had to find like people who
y'all,
were against each other.
big go.
Hey, you had Uber Eats before there was Uber Eats.
Well, I had to go to it.
You had to go to it,
I
but
had to go to it.
It was still takeout.
Damn it, and it was free, Cook.
But,
Stop talking you had to go to it.
but I think that
I'm telling the truth. I had to go get it.
I think every good college
That was
experience
very noble of you.
involves a group of friends that, you know what I'm saying, where you had people that, you know, that you did shit like that with, where you have you know, just random breakfasts and late night pizzas and
You remember
stealing deodorant and toothpaste and amenities.
Y'all remember Shoney's on State? When you paid for it,
man.
you know, you
Everybody
did
run
throw a
at
ditch
this
party and everybody
moment
run up out there.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Telepathically,
Hey, look, go. Don't act like none of y'all ain't been here to a ditch party.
And
we out. You get that breakfast in the morning, that buffet, and then you look around and be like, y'all ready? On 3. Everybody just get up and just bail out.
I never did it, but everybody did that.
Man,
I never did that. I'm just saying, at some point you get into something, be like, yeah, we
the
go.
Denny's.
The whole crew be like, choo.
Only,
At the car,
Yeah,
what's up?
You had to have at least a crew.
Hey,
You had to
our
have
scat moment was the shooting at FL Schlegel parking lot.
Man.
Cause I swear everybody hopped in the Chevette like shit. We out of here. I don't know what the fuck's
They
popping.
got to do it. Drive-bys. And
Everybody, not even drive by. It was just
that was enough to get everybody alarmed and start jumping in whips back then. And
man.
I just remember being crowded up in that man Chevelle with like 50 dudes. Good times, y'all. Good
We
times.
used to, no. Remember, dude got shot in the parking lot.
Yeah, I don't want to say no names, but
Summer.
it was crazy because Patrick came to come. Here you go, dummies had to go to summer school. I'm gonna raise my hand. You can't bring home no D's in the crib. You see, and you definitely can't defend them by it's a passing grade. I'm gonna get my ass beat twice for saying that. Like, nigga, what do you think? That's the first time I heard this nigga thinks C is something. That ain't average.
Man.
You say, could you imagine your stepfather just looking off into another room? You know, your mother in the other room like a teacher from a cartoon. He's like, this nigga. You see, like, please, you ain't doing this. You're going to summer school. I'm in summer school with a bunch of thugs realizing why I don't want to go to summer school.
Man.
Realizing Rob in summer school because he a derelict. You weren't there.
It was the fact that he could do it.
Yeah, he's smart as hell. Just didn't want to do. Didn't want to conform.
Man.
Pat coming to visit me because he's smart. He ain't got no goddamn summer school. he might be coming like, hey man, when we
But you
gonna
know
go
that's
to work
like
later on?
everybody was though. It was like the hangout spot.
Yeah,
half the people would just come up there.
Everybody was there.
Yeah,
Right.
Hey, all the fun people made out some of the food.
That's why they were at
summer school,
Right.
right?
That's
School,
where
Ron
girls
Jack
parking lot.
all the
you know?
girls
Whole
something
parking
like,
lot.
oh, I'm going to hang out.
It's all the players came.
Right.
That's what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
All of them.
Man,
So Pat,
Don't say
I
no
vividly,
names neither.
no, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I vividly remember him saying, "Hey, such and such, what you doing up here?" Came
So
to
my
bust-
voice was deeper than that.
my fault.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know why.
My fault. He was like,
I don't know why. I don't know where that voice came from.
it was comical. He said, "Hey, why you up here?" He said, "I came to bust the Captain ass," and he commenced to busting the cap in his ass. Dog.
Yeah, we laugh like
Walked right past us. Boom. It's like, oh,
No, damn.
and just immediately everybody. Nobody said nothing. In cars, like I'm in an 81 Chevette, I'm force speeding it like you're saying, like a Chevette could. But you're saying you got a little four people in there, it's gonna tip over. You know what I'm saying? Somebody stuck their foot through the floorboard.
Wait, back then you could go around the
He said, make sure we get around the car. So when he popped around the car, we out. I don't know if I had to. Did you hop in the car too, and I had to bring you back to the car? You hopped in your own car, like shoot.
I was in my
We
brand new
reconnoitered.
car. I got the hell up out of there.
We reconnoitered
Somebody
somewhere
shot it
else.
up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's you know what I'm saying. That's a come to Jesus moment. You know what I'm saying? As me and Pat say, man, them 80s and 90s was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was wild.
Crazy, late 80s,
80s was
early
crazy,
90s.
I remember we used to come up out of like clubs like
That's
thing
not a
like
club. That's the
stars,
school.
like stars would have some of the best fights. Like you could watch them fight their way up in the club,
Yep.
fight all the way back down.
Now come on, how can we know where
Which
the best
state?
fights are?
Because that's where they were.
That's
I know.
Hey,
we
know
all
this.
agreed on that. Like
We
we,
used to-
all
hey,
said, yeah.
We used to go to
Polo.
McDonald's after high school, after football games, just to see who used to square up. Because back then you could.
Well, yeah, because people lived through it.
yeah, right. That's a different generation.
That is true.
People stopped living through those fights, man. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? Or what you learn, what you start teaching your kids is don't let them go to the trunk. Right.
Man.
Don't go to the roadway, boy.
Don't let
Remember
nobody
when
go
you
to
used
the
to go
car.
to parties at the roadway or the Howard Johnsons, and they had security with big nasty ass Rockwellers?
Mm-hmm.
How much did they think about black people? Think about it. Now that you older and you realize that the people before us actually had the sheriff sick and dogs on them. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, we've all been there. Them parties was hopping. I know you done been there and saw DJ Fresh Spin.
Them some of the best
Somebody.
parties.
No, you didn't get your picture took by Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
You were that 2 for 5.
I ain't never had the money for the
You were that 2 for 5 pounds.
I ain't ever had money for the
Ain't nobody in the city can't
never
say
had-
they ain't sitting on no 2 for 5 pictures.
I'm
I still
just
got a
saying.
couple hanging up.
2 for 5.
5 Chuck.
Come on, man.
I
2 for
gamble
5.
with him every once in a
Shout
while.
out
at
to
the
2 for
boat.
5 Chuck.
2 for 5 Chuck.
Shout out to Chuck.
Chuck will be at that boat.
Yeah.
Right.
It shocks the shit out of me. Every once in a while, I'm like,
I hope 2 for 5 Chuck is doing all right.
he looked like he was doing all right last time.
Okay.
Last time I saw him, wait.
All the parties.
Don't get me in trouble, KC. But he did have some big gazelles on, like he was living a life of that thing in the 80s. But if you say they was clean, I can't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Your style's your style.
And he had that cold ass Polaroid. Take the picture and then he give it to you. The presentation was everything like.
He had to. He was. I ain't saying he was the
Hey,
first guy.
shout out
that
to
said,
Five Chuck
"Hey
with
man,
the
why don't we
presentation."
put a backdrop on this sheet?"
But he had some dope backdrops.
But
That's
he was into that. I'm just saying.
The air jacket,
Yeah.
the air tag or stuff, and he would always have the backgrounds and everything.
I don't know. 2 for 5 Chuck was he's a Westport legend. Here's a Club Chemical legend.
Chemicals.
Here's a Club Candy legend.
So many.
Here's a
Maniacs.
Maniacs legend. He's a brass ring
Body
legend.
Works.
Man,
He's a
he
body
is
works.
Body.
the Ice
Hey,
T of
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
2 for 5 Chuck will get around. On one night, 2 for 5 Chuck hit about 12 different spots.
He, number one, 2 for 5 Chuck is like seeing the same flower girl at every bar.
was already-
He done run.
The big
He
homie
did
was
9
already-
bars in one night.
He was
How the
already
hell
on
you gonna run
capitalism
into
back
the
then
same
and learning how to
flower
hustle.
And you fucked up, so you like,
How you making it?
I've been to 4 places 2 for 5 Chuck.
He's there.
You took my picture at 4 places tonight.
Hey, beat you before you get to the next club, and he was there set up.
He be already set up.
Set up. That's the most G shit I've ever seen. Shout out to big homie. Man, he was getting it.
Like, damn, nigga, how did you beat me here?
Yeah.
I'm going back to the other
Set up
spot.
ready.
He be back there.
He be like,
Ready. Now that we got older, I'm starting to
2
think
for 5
about
Chuck
this,
had a
like,
portal that he just
How he get to
slide through. Just
Yeah, he was already set up at these clubs. Like
Oh
I
man.
got that picture for you.
he
Ready?
got like a little pocket dimension or some shit.
And these
Hey,
was some
I'm just
rather.
He was
distant
ahead of his
places.
time.
Right. He was way ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? I can only hope selfies didn't put him out of business.
Oh, they probably did.
They did, definitely. Nah, he probably got a little selfie boo. Because, you know what I'm saying, you know what you ain't bringing is your
It's your
backdrop.
backdrop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your backdrop.
I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the night. For see, this is where we should have a what's it call it? Patreon. We continue to talk for some money, but I really miss roller skating.
Skate land.
I miss the skate lands, Coach Light. What was one that was over in Wyandotte?
Skateland West.
Skateland West,
Skateland
and
on 78th. Yeah.
that and the one that was out in.
Wasn't there one right in Grandview off of
Well, that was Skateland
Skateland
South.
Skateland South, right?
Not Skateland South. And then it was Skateland Robindy or Bannister. I don't know. Robindy, I think is what they
Robindy.
called it.
The one
That
up
was
north
over.
too, wasn't
That
it?
was over on Bannister. That was
one up
that
north?
was Coach Light.
Coach Light, right.
That was Coach Light up north. But I remember there being one in Wyandotte County.
That's the one on
Oh,
78th.
Skateland
West.
There's a skate land in Wyandotte County that's still there.
That's still
Oh, it's still-
still operational.
That's that
And
one's
there
still
used
there.
to be
Yes.
one
Right by the
that
post
was in
office.
a little bitty cut, like off Kansas Avenue.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was like a little bit.
Yeah.
You
That's
had
still
to be
there.
a hardcore skater though.
Yeah, that was
But I think there's still a skate land off Shawnee Mission Parkway too.
that
is.
one that was off in the cut. That had a age limit. I feel like you had to be. I feel like you
it
had.
was more of an
that's-
adult type.
Yeah, I feel like you
thing.
had
It
to be
was-
21 to get in
I
that
always
one.
thought it was more of a
Which one?
Because it was
The
in
one that was
such a
down
little
off in the
cut
cut
Wyandotte
at-
County.
down
It
off
was
in
almost
Kansas.
Turner.
That
Yeah.
one you do
Before
have to
you
be.
hit Kansas
Yeah, I think
Avenue,
you had to
be
that's
Turner
between
before you hit the Turner
55th
diagonal.
Street,
Right.
Yeah.
the railroad tracks
Right.
and all
I feel
that.
like you had to be
But I
21 to
always
get
thought it
into
was
that
the
one.
white people skating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Nah,
could
it
be
was.
different
It was.
races
I just.
and
No, it was.
different
I was black folks that I knew
black.
it was going.
Yeah,
There you
black
go.
folks.
But
So it was adults then.
yeah,
That's
but there's
why
just
I'm
like
saying,
yeah,
I
you
never
just
talked about
just
that.
had to be 20.
Most
Yeah,
of the ones I
just-
knew who went there was like a lot of the OGs.
It was probably like a bowling alley of skating.
Because I know Coach Light,
I bet
you had to be
balloon
18,
pictures and
right.
beers.
on some nights, and I
No.
would be like, damn.
Now,
why
do you
got-
remember?
Hey, I challenge everybody this, and we have talked about this before. Let's get a skating event sometime in the summer, like a big outdoor skate, and show it off. As much as I see
be
feeds,
dope.
as much as
Man,
they try to sell
be
me
dope.
tires on Facebook, they keep on showing me some people skate, and I'll be like, man, people still skate, and it's a whole bunch of different cities.
I need knees and insurance for that.
I didn't say we had to skate.
So you just put on the event.
Put on the video.
Yeah,
We got a-
oh, no,
Actually,
no,
um,
hey,
classmate.
whoa,
We got a
whoa.
classmate we
I'm
graduated
not
out of Texas
insured
in.
to be skating. On ice, on wheels,
None of that.
blades, none of
Shit,
that.
I'm already skating on thin ice.
If you'd have called me about a couple of weeks ago, you would probably would have caught one of them peanuts moment with my feet up in the air because I went to go out, warm my car up, and it was black ice. Couldn't see it. That first step, I already knew. I had already extended my arms out because I knew I was gonna hit that. I knew it was coming.
You was only
It was
hoping, not the head.
Right, it was
Not the head.
Right, it was a matter of when, and I knew it was gonna hurt. I was already scrunching my face. That first, I bounced 3 times. That first one, shit, boom, shit. That second one, boom, was the second was the eye. That third one was the knockout. Boom, then I slid all the way down to the driveway.
The third
Little
one,
did I realize there was the kids. It was like 5 kids that was sitting in the window. They laughing, eating it up. I got so frustrated, aired the kids out. Oh, you see
Whoa.
Say, fuck them kids.
No, the kids aired me out first, so I aired. It wasn't nothing bad. I just told you little rotten ass kids, you get back in the house.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now here's the thing,
Oh man.
they ghosted me by closing the curtain like.
That's what they were supposed to do.
That's when I realized the moment. I was like, I'm getting too old for this. It wasn't hard. I didn't go out Billy Bob Thornton on them or anything. It was just kids get in the house. It was just the fact they had to see me.
Oh.
I think that third bounce might have did it though.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this. I will drop a S-bomb on a child. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I can't beat them now, I can definitely throw a couple of cuss words at some kids, can't I?
What was the neighborhood?
Is that wrong? Am I wrong?
I know these kids. These like
You know
neighborhood.
what I'm saying?
And these are the neighborhood kids, so I knew the kids.
My favorite term is, what the shit you doing? Cause you say, you know what you won't say. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, hey man, what the shit you doing? Let's just slow it down. All that.
And you know,
I just no, you good. I just I got my great nephew is staying with me. He's 9 years old, and he be doing stupid shit all the time. So I just I'll be coming down the stairs and he doesn't hear, you know, he's like, oh, you old, blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
But I can still get down the stairs without you knowing that it's me coming down the stairs. I know when it's you coming down the stairs because you dumb and
stomping.
Yeah.
Attention, yeah.
So I saw him always catching him doing stupid shit. So I caught him doing some stupid shit in the kitchen one day. He had his fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
This already sounds like a bad.
And he's watching some shit on YouTube. And he'd watched whatever it was on YouTube enough to where he was doing one part and he had the peanut butter and jelly sandwich doing the other part.
He had a puppet show with a sandwich.
And I'm standing there watching it for a couple seconds. And then he turned around and was like, where you come from?
Oh, shit. We grew up in the age of ninja movies. We know how to get down the
I was
hallway.
like, yeah, I always tell him, I'm like, hey, man, I'm sneaky. You got to watch out for me. Don't be doing no stupid shit around me. You're doing this stupid shit.
The puppet show.
But actually, I don't tell him to not do stupid shit. Unless it's like actually stupid shit that's going to cause him harm. Stupid shit like that, playing with it. Go for it. That's imaginative, you know.
That's creativity.
Yeah, that's
right there.
Get your shit off. I'm gonna crack jokes about you later on, but you're not gonna hear them. It's cool. But when if he's doing some actual stupid shit, like when he was riding his bike into traffic one day, I was like, "Hey man, what the fuck?" He was like,
I shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't.
he said, "Hold up. I ain't never heard him cuss.
Right.
Oh, I must be doing some stupid shit."
Right.
I'm
Yes.
really fucking up.
You gotta hold it for those times. I'm not saying you should be cursing.
I don't cuss. No,
But there's a specific time that you should snap their heads. They feel like, what?
Yeah, like I'm riding off one day, and he's on his bike, and he just grabs the door panel, and he's just holding.
He's stitching on your car.
And I'm like, hey man, I'm like, hey man, if you don't get your stupid ass about
Oh, Marty McFly.
you can't even walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. You right here trying to.
You an advanced level.
I'm about to run your dumb ass over. Now I'm gonna have to explain this to my mama. She gonna be like, "Hey, why you ride my great grandson?" I'm like, why the nigga riding on my car like this? Why this bike? What the fuck? I'm wrong, huh? I'm wrong. I'm the nigga. I'm wrong. Okay.
I should be looking out for people on my fucking rear view mirror.
Oh, he wasn't even on my rear view. He was right beside me at the door. He's right here. I'm like, I'm chopping him when I'm driving down the street. Like, hey, nigga, get off the. And he's like,
thinking he gonna fall.
Cars coming the other way. I'm like, hey man, what the fuck, dog? We are in traffic.
living dangerous. That's these kids. living
People are
dangerous.
calling SRS on me right now. Right now.
Man. Well, shit, man. I appreciate y'all coming through tonight, man.
Man, I had a blast out here tonight.
I appreciate you. You
coming
done
out.
made my face
This is,
tight from laughing, sir.
This has been a
Good conversation.
man, a blast, great memory lane. I hadn't talked about. I don't even think they knew I worked at Worlds of Fun.
I think you done told. Yeah, you done told us.
I had okay.
That's a hinky come up.
Hey,
Shout out
well,
to the.
nah, I ain't get to come up. Fuck that.
Here you go.
Fuck
Check it
that.
out. I'll
I
give you this. I'll give you this. When I asked that name, I was playing a game that we call 6 Degrees of Separation. I was just trying to find somebody in the room that I could be connected with without naming off more than 6 people. And I got it within one.
Hey, it's a small world.
Small world. And that's what it proves. It is a small world. If you actually talk to people and realize where you've been as a conscious human being during all your years, you realize you are a powerful person.
Well, that and also, you know, we were all blessed to get outside of our neighborhood. You know, I know a lot of people who
Never.
didn't get outside of their neighborhood
Still don't to this day.
until they were 25, 30 years old. And I mean, literally, like,
Yeah, never made it past 20, 30 blocks.
yeah.
2 high schools away. Could you imagine living your life only thinking things happen between 2 different sets of people that went to 2 different high schools?
Yeah,
You
man.
never really worked outside of that. And
Never
dealt with
socialized
them.
outside of that. Never
Bingo.
thought about going outside of that. Just everything was right there. And, you know, to each his own. If that's what, you know, I'm not knocking that. It just amazes me that there are people who have chosen that. I mean,
that's all they know. I mean,
All
yeah,
right, here you go.
I ain't even saying go out of town.
just get
But,
out,
you know-
get outside your.
Remember when this was a phrase? Oh, you going way out south?
Oh yeah, it's still a phrase.
Yeah,
Still afraid.
that's still a phrase.
I thought
Because
that
let me
was
be up
crazy.
north and somebody be like, hey, nigga, that's way too far outside.
Right. You where? Oh man.
Oh man, the South still getting racist.
and I don't see now I'll go down north, but I don't go up north.
No, that's a real ass statement. Because I go up there.
That's deep.
You gotta be from here to know that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
And
That's
up north is a different place.
up
Up
north.
north.
We all
Don't much real much down north.
I'll go down north.
right.
I'll go
east.
down north. But
I can
yeah.
hang
I'll
out
go
on
over
the
east.
east side.
Yeah, I'll go over east. I'll go overseas. I was over in Kansas so much they used to call me overseas. They were, oh, here come overseas.
Man, that's crazy. I worked at the Pizza Hut on Rainbow Boulevard, and we had a lot of foreign delivery drivers. And they would call it when you went over the river. You said the kids.
Overseas.
You said overseas. Oh, you sending me overseas. I'm like, but
you know what? That's
Those
just like
goddamn rivers. A mile and a half away
They
from here.
still, everybody still uses overtown.
Over
Oh, yeah.
town. But no. Just think about like I said at the beginning. Our mindset is we were blessed that we had a range so much further from our uncles and our mothers and our fathers in this city. You know what I mean? To just think that, yeah, we do. Yeah, we still use it, but it's kind of jokingly. But back in the 90s and the early 2000s, oh, man, you on 24th Street. Oh, man, you want to go all the way up to your St. Grand? Oh, no.
That-
You getting no ride.
But working at a place like Worlds of Fun, we had to set that shit aside
You had to. You realize
at the time that we were working there, because even though it was black people working there, it was only a certain amount of black people, and then a majority of them was in a certain division, and that division, if they mossied up, they could fuck shit up, but otherwise they wasn't getting no respect in general.
None.
And it was like, God damn, these are the motherfuckers that make this shit really run, because the groundskeepers stop groundskeeping.
Right.
it's Hey, that's where I started off.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all think these little motherfuckers walking around here, these little dustpan, this broom ain't doing shit? Oh shit! Like hell, I see these motherfuckers sweeping up every goddamn thing that's coming through here every day. This motherfucker stays pristine. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about or what y'all seeing, but what I'm seeing over here at Yoshida's Junkyards is my shit's spotless.
Spotless. I appreciate that. I was over your.
I'm almost mad. I'm almost mad at spotless because it don't be no money. It'll be no change. It'll be none. Yeah, all that shit gets swept up. I'll be like,
our joke about that. We used to sweep up money, and our big joke used to be somebody used to come up and be like, "Hey, did you find a wallet?" And we were like, "Was it pink with white trim?" They'd be like, "Yeah."
No.
My fault, Cook. Nah,
yeah.
Did it have $60 in it? $62.50. Nope. No.
Nah, the one I found,
Not at all.
the one I found had $15.30.
We got taught by a lady that used to teach us to sweep up matchsticks, and you know they're the same color as the blacktop. She used to teach us, no, everything comes off the ground.
Oh yeah.
So that's crazy. But Worlds of Fun is a microcosm. You learned in one thing. It was like, did y'all ever get to go to Exchange City or something like that?
We did that.
It was an Exchange City.
Yeah, but in real life.
Oh, yeah, with chicks and, you know what I'm saying, all the advance of a teenage boy or girl would want to have fun with, and you that far away from your house. You 20 minutes away from your mama and your daddy.
Middle of the night.
Kicking it! My fault.
Getting work. getting paid.
Getting paid, too. Collecting the check every Friday.
Clock out at like
Hey, and the check cleared.
Man, then we clock back in at 7.
The check cleared.
Killing them all summer
Check
long.
cleared every week. Cash it at the Zeb's up the street. Cash it right up the street. You be on party on Friday night.
I had a bank account.
As a 16,
Had to,
17-year-old. My fault. You're saying
No, I had
one
to
too.
deposit my shit. My parents was like,
But you already know. You said you rode the FEC bus, so you knew.
Oh,
They
yeah.
took you past someplace.
oh
to
yeah,
cash
oh
it.
yeah.
See how capitalism is?
Oh yeah. Hell, I felt like FEC was in with the motherfuckers at the, like
Capitalism. They wasn't in with them, but
Y'all-
they knew what you needed to do.
y'all paid
They
these
helped you.
motherfuckers to have a
They
stop
helped,
here.
No, they helped all the black people actually get their check cashed immediately.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you didn't have to ride a bus or spend no money to go cash
Get-
your
yeah.
check away from your place. Don't be mad at them for that.
I wasn't
But be
mad.
crazy at the way capitalism always, you know what I mean? You say, I don't say this, but you know how people say, oh, it's all fixed and it's all this and all that. Nah, it's all just predictable. That's all it is. Don't be mad because you did some predictable shit. It's your stupid ass for doing predictable shit. You know what I mean? You keep on buying cigars or whatever because you got this. That's predictable. They gonna keep on selling you that.
Right.
I'm gonna leave on that, man. I'm sorry.
That's a
I
good one.
preached too much tonight.
Shit, it's the lawn. That happens sometimes. Shit. But once again, you know, appreciate y'all coming through, man. You know, it could be anywhere in the world. You chose to spend some time with us on the lawn, man. That's all right. Y'all welcome back anytime.
We coming back, man. I
Oh, for
already
sure.
made keys. We grungy like that. We
Man, go
dot.
bring you go drink.
We from the dot.
You got to taste some of this man bourbon.
We doing a Super Bowl party, but yeah, we cook food. We trying to do things. I see you guys are trying to do things, and this is mainly it, creating a tribe of people.
Yeah, shit. Actually, I think I gotta check the poll. I haven't checked it in a few days. Actually, we do a Super Bowl pregame special whenever the Chiefs make it. And
You've been in a drought for the last 50 years until last 4-5. Yeah.
well, we just started podcasting right after right when the Chiefs actually started.
Winning the golden era,
Yeah,
as
so
we
that
calling
was,
it now.
So I'm all good with it. But I was around for all of it prior.
I'm assuming the conversation in this room all been around through them bad times.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Boy,
man.
we some diehard fans for real.
I remember
I'm
when
a Titans fan, so I don't.
Yeah, he's a
I
Titans
don't. I don't know what y'all speak of.
It's sorry. I'm
know
an
what y'all
Oilers
speak of.
fan, transplanted Titans fan.
Hey, should have stayed
Only
with the
play-
squad.
Man, whatever, man. I still do.
Wallowed
Wallowed
in our misery.
man. Come on, man. You're a hometown hero.
Um,
I'm a Titans fan. You
yeah,
be all right in like 7 years.
I said 3. You know,
probably.
Damn.
I give it 3.
These y'all's team ain't got a team full of felonies.
You're a Raiders fan over there.
Damn,
We're gonna let
I
you
know I got
man
it.
close
Since the
this
Jack
show.
Tatum-
Nope.
Jack
He's
Tatum
like the
Day.
preacher. We're not gonna let him shut down.
Since the Jack Tatum day.
Sister, somebody got some announcements, I'm sure. We need to
Go ahead and do what you got.
finish what you gotta do. I'm putting my
Actually,
travel
nope. I
hat.
do have an announcement. But I can't remember. It's a 507.
Church of God in Christ up in here.
Fuck
But
Just on Facebook, just look up.
I ain't gonna hold y'all long.
And when he
Sleuth
say
is,
that, you know, 60 more minutes. at
Sleuth
least.
Brand is doing a open mic and pop up sale Friday and Saturday next week. Just on Facebook, just look up the Sleuth Brand pop up, and it'll give you all the information you need for that. Damn it, something else important is actually supposed to be happening this week, and I'm drawing a fucking blank. Oh well, fuck it. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
Sports Block Tuesday night, Super Bowl preview. We'll be doing the. We'll let you know whether we'll be doing a pregame special, a postgame special, or a halftime situation. Tuesday. Shout out to Rockwell. Get well. Shit. Let's be good to each other this week. If you don't like it, complaint department.
Tell them where they can send them to.
Eat a dick at eatadick.life.
How quick is that response?
The most rapid.
The rapidest.
Most rapid.
Peace out. Peace.
Ruh.